What's up, guys? How's it going? We're getting everything fired up. It's me and my brother right now. Who knows if anyone else is coming, but yeah, we're having some fun. Fired up the game. Let's get this thing rolling. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing right yet, but we'll figure it out as we go. All right. My stuff on the second screen. I was kind of working on a build earlier for combat, but I realized I need to unlock a bunch of engineers first.
Yeah. That goes down to a whole new rabbit hole.
Are you in my group?
I mean, I'm on your server.
Soloing it. That's what I meant. Yeah, server.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever played on. Haven't quite yet set foot into the real world.
Until I want to do PvP, there's no reason to.
Why did I just launch?
Don't know if I ever want to do PvP. Unreachable. Oh, that's weird. Wait, did I join my group or did I join a different one? Quick group session. OpenDarkwing connect. All right.
I got my fucking ship stuck on my way out first try.
Stuck.
I don't know what I'm stuck on because it's like completely dark.
Well, that seems unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know how to see where I'm at.
How far out are you?
Like stuck at the exit of the building. Of the station.
Oh, you're in Deseret. I can't go there. Yet.
I'm like wedged somehow and none of my inputs are doing anything, like any movement.
Have you tried logging out and trying to log back in?
Let me do it right now. That's really, really weird.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I know I shouldn't have left the station before like installing all the autopilot stuff on literally the world's largest ship. But, you know, I wanted to see if I could fly it. Guess I answered that question.
All right.
I gotta land the fucking thing. Oof. I logged back in. I'm in space somewhere.
Station. Go to 78 Ursa Majoris. Where the fuck is that? Copy. Elite. All right. Let's get this smaller so that I can see more things on my screen. When 2 screens isn't enough. You get it figured out?
Yeah, I just gotta go in and land.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. I wish it was like an easy third person view. Like it was like quick and it would just hover in the right spot. Oh, right in. And didn't hurt anything. Oh.
Far enough over. Okay.
Landed it, no problem. Took me a second, but I did it.
I recognize the name of this system. Oh, the Alpha Centauri.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone's joining us tonight or not, but how was your day off?
Restful.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now we can do this. Perfect. Going off a quasi poorly written text-based explanation of how to unlock this engineer.
That should be fun.
Eh. There we go. So I have the modular terminals. Got the Seer system permit. I'm trying to see if this will unlock the pathway to hear about this engineer. Marco Quint.
Gotta get those rumors in.
Marco. Gotta get the what?
Gotta get those rumors in. Find out about them.
Yeah.
It's actually a really cool game mechanic.
No, I think it is.
It's an interesting way to have unlockable content. It's like different and interesting.
It kind of makes you go through all different aspects of the game.
And it usually requires you to do something that kind of relates to what you're unlocking.
Yes. So I found a website that has like a guide and like a pathway to go through and unlock all the engineers. At least I'd go through and start unlocking them, and then I'll go collect data and the materials that I need to actually engineer the stuff that I need. But
yeah,
in order to do any of that, I've got to at least unlock the engineers. And then I'll go buy myself a nice fighter, and well, I have a fighter now, but now I can engineer the crap out of it very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
I went the other route. I went with the smaller, the
little
Vulture.
strike fighter.
The Vulture.
Nice.
I learned that in Star Citizen. I'm much better as a pilot flying an interdictor to go in and out. To be annoying, back off, go in, do a strike, back off. Yeah. That's my style of fighting. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pause the regular music and just listen to. The game's got plenty of music and good stuff in it. Ooh, wait, is this owned by the right people? On. Avalon? Is that who I'm supposed to make sure it's owned by? No, Athloth. Athloth Independence. Who is... Mm-hmm. 78. Aharis Orbital is where I want to go. Gateway. Who's shedded? It's New Evelyn. Okay. So Rummier Dock, Arthas, any of those. Let's turn off the carriers for now.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship uncoupled. You are go for departure.
Roshath is Atheloth. Oh, but that's a structure. So brittle? That's the one I want.
Scan detected.
Nice. This I can deal with.
Frame shift
You have
drive
left the no
charging.
bar zone. We hope to see you again, Commander.
4,
Helps if I'm actually clicked on the game before I try to hit that button.
1. Engage.
Okay, so that's done. So I'll just do some data delivery missions until I hear about somebody, I guess. I think that's the right way to do this. I did send you a team invite though, bro.
Oh, I'm outfitting a ship right now. I'll get to it as soon as I get out.
Alright, I just want to let you know.
Thanks.
So you're taking out a big behemoth, huh?
Yeah, give that a try. Not sure where I'm going to start from. I might just start from here and see if there's any missions from here to go do anything. I don't know if I have to get my rep up first before I can start taking like large loads of luxury. But I'll find out.
Versus Major. Oh, here comes a spinny. Oh, the spinning stopped. I come right as he says taking large loads. Hey Hills, how you doing? Oh, that's good. Loads, the larger the better, right?
Docking request granted.
Hey, sweet. It's granting my docking request. I don't think I'm ever going to do a large ship. Not for a long time. Well, I should say that. I shouldn't say that because I do have the Type 9.
Landing gear deployed.
Which is a fairly large ship. But for other stuff, it's just too difficult to get into places. So you said the Orca or the Blue? Which one's the bigger one?
Disengage.
Beluga.
And that's the one you're taking?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pimping it the hell out.
Photographers.
Incoming message.
Raised a cordial. Okay. Mission board. Mission board. Some data delivery.
With life support, that's the one you want to do like the D one, right? To save on power.
To save on weight, yeah.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
All right, so those are done.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Go here. All right, so I need to do these missions to load up reputation, I think is what it's after. I need to get reputation with these people.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think I understand the mission now.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Incoming mission critical message.
3,000 light seconds. Jeez. Okay. This will take a minute. I mean, at least it's 3,000, not like 30,000.
Yeah, 3,000 isn't too bad. That's just a few minutes.
Yeah, should be all right. Should be fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. There we go. My frames aren't too terrible in this game, though.
That's good.
Like I think I have everything set to ultra, and I'm still getting 85 frames in space. If I tweaked it, I could probably get even better, but it's not like I'm doing combat first-person shooter where I need everything just crazy. All right, as long as I keep taking him from Aeroth, I should be all right. Because I think that's where Aloth, Aliath, Aluth, Aliv, Ulalula.
Everything is mission locked in the passenger lounge due to reputation requirements, and it had to be allied apparently.
Yeah, so you get a different ship and you do other mission stuff to get all that up.
Gotcha. Well, then I already have this thing built out, so I can use this later on. I just have to build a dolphin and then an orca and work my way up.
How much was it to buy a carrier, fleet carrier again? $1 billion?
I think it was 1 bill, which ain't bad really. I mean, if I had a way to transfer all my money to you, you and I could probably put our money together for one.
Oh, I'm eyeing this right now. So if it's a bill, I could purchase it and still have 42 million left over. Because I'm at a bill 42.
Sounds like that's what we're doing today.
I'm debating it.
Is there an easy way for me to transfer funds to you? Like
don't
buy a
think so.
commodity that we can like transfer easily? Because I know we can transfer cargo. I can drop cargo out in space and you can pick it up. I just don't know if there's anything I can buy that holds enough value to make that time worth it.
Please approach the station at a safe speed, Commander.
I know there's some mined goods that are like apparently really, really good at storing giant amounts of wealth, but I don't know if you can actually go buy them somewhere or if it's only a commodity you have to mine and then can sell.
Hmm.
Or if there's any like fleet carriers near some of those mining colonies that we can like find and see if they have any. I don't know if you're allowed to just sell whatever people sell at your place.
Guide to fleet carriers. Let's see here. Fleet carriers have some massive ships. Blah 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 blah. 16 landing pads, jumping through hyperspace, cargo capacity of 25,000 tons. Jesus. Oh, 5 bill.
Oh, never mind.
And then upkeep costs are about 25 mil a week.
That's not bad. That's like
20
2 trips in a week.
25 mil a week I can do. The 5 bill initial, that's going to
I mean-
take a minute. What's up?
Oh, just never mind.
Hmm. All right, so grinding to a fleet carrier then.
Wait, where's my elite trade tyc? I have a trade tycoon sticker, but I don't have a trade elite sticker.
That's weird.
Maybe it's just this particular ticker spot. That's like the small one.
I don't know. I'm over halfway through Tycoon now in trade. Where am I at exactly? Let's see. My fleet.
What? Maybe they just don't have them lined up right.
It's not right.
Oh, there it is. Trade elite. Yeah, it wasn't like the best one isn't at the bottom. Like it looks like it should be unlocked that way, but it's not apparently. But it's there.
Landing gear deployed.
56% through trade Tycoon. And 21% through my Pioneer for Exploration. So both of those are about to hit elite.
Nice.
On terminal. Ten hub. I need both of those. Actually, all these are really close, aren't they? That's a good reputation run up. And that's a reputation run. Alright. We'll be up with these guys shortly.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach sequence complete. Regulate your speed when exiting the docking bay.
Regulate your speed while exiting the docking bay. Fine, fine, fine. Just let me thank you.
Drive charging.
All clear. We look forward to your return, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Glasses. What's going on, my friend?
Incoming mission critical message.
Down. Hey, Glass, how's it going? Nope, back and waiting. Second attempt? Alright, I'm sure he'll get his stuff sorted out. $5 billion. I think there is probably, bro, a way to kind of cheese it that way, but we're so far off from that I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I think once we get closer to a couple bill, we might cheese it up that way.
Yeah, I was looking to see what would be worth doing.
Incoming mission critical message.
It'll be put on the back burner for later kind of a deal.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be fine, but we'll just know that it's coming at some point, and then we'll move our home bases to the carrier. And then we can take that thing and we can jump it to the other side of the galaxy, or other side of the the galaxy, and we can kind of map out for exploration, do max exploration on a bunch of stuff, and then we'll come back in and sell it at some point.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can sell to my own carrier. We're going to have to do some testing to find out how that works.
Probably.
So I know you can sell at carriers, but I don't know if I can sell to my own carrier. Selling to your own, it might work, it might not.
Hey.
Hey, Glass, how you doing?
Hey, yeah, not bad. Sorry, I was having trouble with Discord there. I connected earlier and I couldn't hear a thing. So I had to
That's
restart.
what I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Hull integrity compromised.
Quick question: are you in Odyssey or Horizons?
We're in Odyssey. We'll probably be in
Odyssey.
Odyssey until...
Just because there's some stuff in Odyssey that I want to like experience that's exclusively Odyssey,
Sure.
and because of that, I just want to get used to the layout of it. Because it's pretty much the exact same game, it's just added stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
And if you stay away from the bugs and the added stuff for a while, yeah, it kind of takes it away. It's still pretty much Horizons, yet fancy. That's what I've been calling it lately, is Fancy Horizons. With the way that I've been playing.
The only place where it really, to be honest, falls down is, you know, the planet side base, you know, shooting side of it, which doesn't particularly appeal to me anyway. So it's something
Yeah.
I can, for the moment, kind of live without. But so other than that, for the most part, it's an improvement. It's, you know,
They didn't leave anything else out to add that part in, which
Yeah.
was nice.
you're in your group, yes? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in the process right now of raising my reputation with Alioth, or however you pronounce it, for uh, Marco Quent.
And you really got to start at the bottom when you start doing passenger missions, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
The first one that's available to me is 52,000 credits.
They get better depending on where you go and what you're doing. They get better as
Should I go to a place where I already have good rep? Would that help
probably that might help because you've got to build up the rep with whatever group you're in.
Yeah, I think I might do that instead.
I dropped out of Frameshift right or about way too far from this thing, but whatever. It was a bad landing in on this planet. Tried to shave off a few seconds and ended up costing me a minute. At least it's pretty. Yeah, I started a combat ship build, but I wanted to go with the Vulture because I wanted something smaller because my usual way of fighting is more interdiction style. So I wanted something small and nimble. And then I realized real quick, oh, I'm going to need to engineer this thing to get it to run right.
Yeah. The Vulture is excellent. I mean, there's no. It's by far the best small combat ship that there is.
Yep.
There is one flaw with it though. Really, is that it's power. It's. I'm trying to think of the word. Sorry. Not just its power. Not so much its power regulator. Although that can do with a bit of engineering, but the power generator, there we go. It's just a bit, you know, for A rating. If you A rate it, you know, you get some good weapons on it, get some good A rated shields, etc. It's underpowered. It's perfectly fine though once you get it, even just, you know, level 1 engineering, suddenly it just tips it over the edge and it becomes really, really viable. But
I think
it's almost like it's slightly flawed in the sense that it just needs minimal engineering to make it really what it should be.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, okay, if I can unlock just enough engineering to do the power plant,
Yep.
just to kind of push it up over, which is why I'm going after Marco Quent right now. Plus, it's the next step in that list that I had shown you. I was like, oh, how convenient! It's a power plant. That's kind of what I need. I figured just enough to push it because I think I was at 109% with hard points extended.
Right.
For power.
Yeah. So even just level 1 engineering will just push it, you know, over that amount, and you won't be having serious power supply issues.
I mean, the other thing that I could do is that when I deploy hard points, I can turn off something else.
I hate
But
doing that.
I
hate doing that. And once you've got an engineer opened that, you know, you can you know, engineer your power supply with, then you really, you know, once you've got it up to level 3, level 4, level 5, you'll never need to do that again, frankly. It's, you know, and it's definitely one of those ones that you will blueprint the engineering. That's one that you'll keep, so you'll be able to engineer all your other ships without actually having to go to the engineer itself. just trying to have a look though. I'm having a look at. I've got a big list here of sort of an excellent thing here with all the engineers. I'm just trying to see which is. You see, even Felicity Fassier, which you already have, yeah, she does level 1 power plant. So she
Does
will
she?
at least, yeah. She's G1. It's only, it's only level 1 she goes up to, but she's already open to you, yeah. And you may well
Yeah.
find immediately that's enough, to make the vulture viable. Just having a look, because of course it's not just about, these engineers have to, you have to unlock one engineer to make another one then accessible, so it becomes
Yeah.
kind of a chain. It's not just choosing which engineer you want, it's you're also limited of which ones are available to you at the moment. So which one were you
Felicity does. I'm working on Marco Quent right now.
Okay, yeah, so he does G4 power plant and G3 power distributor, so both of those are really good. I mean, yeah, there's no doubt that's I'm trying to see who does G5 though.
Frameshift drives, engines, and thrusters for Felicity.
Yeah, she does frameshift drive, thrusters, sensors, detailed surface scanners, shield boosters, frameshift drive interdictors, and power plant. But obviously they're at different levels. Frameshift drive is level 5 engineering, whereas the shield booster, the interdictor, and the power plant are just G1. But it, for the moment, it may be enough if you're just interested in getting your vulture off the ground, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Clear the port perimeter. Stack on out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Might be. So I thought that would be kind of fun just to go out and
Sure.
run some actual pew-pewing.
Yeah. And I love the vulture. I mean, vulture's superb. But like I said, its only flaw is that it needs just a little touch of engineering, in the power department.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, I don't mind that. I've wanted to get and do stuff with engineering for a while anyway, so it's kind of like, okay, well, it gives me an excuse now.
But with Marco, so what have you got to do to get Marco Gwent? Well, I mean, you say
Okay,
you're doing.
so
What
I already have the Cirrus system unlocked, and I'm very up there. So that part of it's done. I have the 25 modular terminals that I bought already, and now I just have to raise a reputation with Alieth Independence enough to get the mission to unlock him.
Okay.
So I'm running data missions right now, donating money when I can, and doing all that fun stuff. Like I've bought and I bought and completely spec'd out my vulture, and I still have over a bill, so I don't mind throwing around a little bit of money to help unlock some of these guys faster.
Oh, sure.
I'm no longer starving for credits. Not that I really ever have been.
What are the 25 units of what? Is this, are these rare items?
Modular terminals? Yeah. So I was either buying, my choices were I could do missions and then find ones that give them as a reward, or I guess there were fleet carriers that were selling them.
Okay. Yeah, there are.
And I found a fleet carrier that was selling it that would let me on finally.
Yeah.
It's like the 6th fleet carrier in the list.
Right.
And so I have those 25, the modular terminals. I have those.
I suppose the question then is, how long, how long do you expect? I suppose, if it's going to be an all-nighter, then you may just want to head off over to Felicity and at least get your level 1 down. But at the same time, of course, what you can't do is store those modules. What did you call them again? The modular terminals or whatever?
Yeah, modular terminals.
Yeah.
So I have I took a bunch of data run missions that had reputation. And I've got 5 left right now, and I'm going to see where that gets me when I get these done. I'll see how close I am to unlocking that.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm almost done with it, I think. Like, the hard part, which was getting into the Cirrus system, getting the Cirrus permit,
Yep.
I've already done.
Cool.
I did that a while ago.
All right then. No, fair enough then. That sounds like you're a good chunk of the way, and it would be a shame to lose those, because you can't. This is the one trouble here. When Elite is, one fundamental flaw with Elite is that you cannot store cargo.
Yeah.
You have to have it on the ship that you're. So you either sell that cargo or get rid of it before you can then change down to. Obviously, you're not going to be storing that on a Vulture. That's there's no chance. So you can't then take that Vulture off to get it engineered. So you need to get rid of those, I suppose. So you may as well get rid of them by giving them to Marco Gwen. Okie doke.
So I'm working on it as quickly as I can.
Okay, cool.
I don't think it'll take too long, because I already shot up to cordial pretty quickly.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for the old donate money missions to any of those are always quite handy as well. So especially if you've got 1 billion credits, donating a few million to get to get that up any quicker is fair enough.
And as long as I stay in these systems where they're at, which is where all these little courier data is, they always have a representative at those locations.
Mm-hmm.
So I can always just grab stuff from them or do stuff with them pretty easily.
At the moment, there's a relatively interesting community goal going on. It's just
I saw that.
Yeah, it's a combat bond one, which is fairly common. But it's interesting for 2 reasons. Neither of you have done any combat zones, which are a little bit different to Hazres zones. They're a lot more intense, but they're big battles. They're quite they're extremely fun. But B, if you get yourself up into the top 75, which doesn't take that much, top 75% of commandos, you'll get a double engineered grade 5 set of multi-cannons, which you can then very handy for putting on a combat ship of some sort later.
Mm-hmm.
It's double engineered is something that they only give away as kind of bonuses. It's not often that they do this.
And there's 2 goals, right? One is to help and one is to, one's protect and one is to fight. So you kind of pick a side going in.
Yeah, well, always pick this is probably the biggest criticism, if you like, especially on the forums of the community goals, is that it's always almost decided in the first few hours. It's people see who's winning and just simply join that side, and so it becomes almost like a totally one-sided. If you have a look at the progress at the moment of the community goal, one side is absolutely thrashing the other side, so you wouldn't join the losing side, that's for sure. Because of course only the side that wins will get the reward. So.
Ah, crap.
What's that?
Oh, I think I overshot this thing again. I am really bad at landing on planets. And it's night to boot. I was doing really well for a while on landing on planets. But now I'm just...
Yeah, you've got your night vision as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that part of it. I'm high enough up that I'm... Meh. I messed up the glide scope because I was off axis of it. Mm-hmm. So I dropped out almost 300 kilometers away.
Oh, right, yeah.
control panel is obscuring it, so I don't know exactly how far I am from it. $123.
Sometimes it's better just to head straight up, you know, re-engage the jump drive and, you know, just do
Yeah,
do a little
that's-
super cruise over. And it depends on the distance, but often that's a quicker route than trying to manually fly there. Yeah.
I kind of got there. I got it down to, let's see, gliding. I'm at 50 kilometers and dropping, so I got it.
Okay.
There we go. I got it. Ugh. And I'm reminded why I don't take surface missions very often. Well, I gotta say, I do like the music when I'm landing.
It's an old Easter egg from the original Elite back in '84. I think it was the Commodore 64 version that first had it. Was the Blue Danube when you were docking, which
I
is
love it.
Obviously a homage to the film 2001, but it's
Yep.
almost been a bit of a tradition within Elite games that the docking music also has that. Yeah.
No, I love it.
I like the way it's kind of backgroundy. It doesn't just flood in over the top of everything else. It's almost like just playing in the distance almost. It's not overly done. I like it.
Incoming message.
All right, now with Aloth, I'm up to friendly now, so I'm getting up there. What do you guys have to offer in support? Nothing right now. All right.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship restraints withdrawn. Make way for oncoming traffic.
Don't worry, I'll make room for oncoming traffic by pointing straight up and going.
Frameshift drive
Clear
charging.
of the port. 07, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Just cook then. also directly behind me. STF.
About you, Will? What are you wanting to do today on here?
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
What you up to tonight?
Frameshift drive charged.
Oh, you were
seeing,
trying to get those passenger. You want to do some passenger mission exploration stuff.
yeah. I want
Just
to
for
like get
chill and
my
fun.
rep up enough to where I can, or my whatever the, I had to get my ranking up high enough to do like super luxury, super long range stuff, like exploration / travel with people. So that's what I'm kind of working toward.
I'm just trying to unlock, or trying to get at least enough in to where I can get rid of these things in my hold. Oh, Jesus.
Did you make elite yet, by the way, Darkwing? In anything?
No.
Not yet? Must be so
No,
close.
not yet. I'm almost 60% in trade, and I'm at 27% of the way up in exploration.
Right.
I was doing some trade stuff yesterday and today, just kind of poking around for a couple hours each, just grinding it.
Yeah.
Man, it helps to have a Type 9 that's, got all that oomph to it.
Mhm.
I think I've got, 730, I think, now in my Type 9 for cargo. I did some modifications to it, so I was doing all right. It just takes a minute. Oh, hey, Windows 11 released yesterday. That's what I can do this week.
Is that a retail release though? Yesterday, or was that official? I mean, obviously it's been coming for a while now. But
Yeah, it
is
was
that
official drop. Yeah, and
Yeah.
10 gets a free upgrade. I think 7 gets a free upgrade too if you're still on 7.
right?
I might sit on it for a little bit just to see what bugs will pop up, but I don't know.
I'll let them iron it out for a few months before I think about it.
Yeah, I think that's probably quite sensible. Apparently there's no significant updates as far as gaming is concerned. Anyway.
Oh yeah, there is. There's some massive. Oh yeah, there's some massive way it handles and backgrounds so much more in Windows to allow more stuff for games and stuff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, for gaming and for streaming, it's apparently one of the most significant updates ever.
Okay. I was reading about the continued DirectX 12 support and lack of any further developments on the DirectX side. And, okay.
That's more direct. That's more DirectX. More DirectX's fault than it is Microsoft's fault.
Aren't they the developers of DirectX?
Yeah. But what Windows is bringing in is a lot of the upscaling stuff they've been doing with and technology they've been putting into Xbox stuff for upscaling up. That's all coming to the PC now.
Okay.
So it's going to help a lot, especially with the higher graphic load stuff. It's going to take a lot of loads off of the graphics card because of how the OS handles it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was watching. I think a Linus Tech Tips.
Oh,
video.
I know Linus. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. A while ago. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously this was a pre-release copy, and this was he was very clear about that. He was saying this obviously isn't nailed on, but we'll they did a comparison side by side on with games under DirectX 11 and 12, etc. And in actual fact, they were finding marginal decreases under Windows 11 compared with 10. But he did say that obviously there are some features which aren't yet started in the pre-release versions that they were testing. So
yeah, and Microsoft hadn't yet released out or allowed updates to graphics card drivers either.
Yes, yeah.
So, they were able to get they've had those updates for a while. They just weren't able to release them out because people would decompile and figure out what's going on, and
right.
They didn't want to tip their hand too soon.
Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting then. I will have a closer invest if it's going to be a serious upgrade when it comes to gaming. Good. At the moment, have you picked yourself a bit of a home system?
Not fully yet. I've got stuff kind of spread out all over the place.
Right.
I was waiting until I got my elite rank, and then I was probably just gonna base it out of there.
Sure. Yeah, I mean that's always the
out of Jameson.
Preferred. Yeah, it's always the preferred option. The only thing I was going to say is up until then, if it makes anything easier for you, I would probably just head into Sol and use the any of the stations around Earth or Titan Orbital, I think it is. Can't remember. They're really high tech. They pretty much have everything there, and it's nice and central. There are alternatives. There are some other stations which have a slightly bigger range of modules and chips available, or some of them at least with discounts, but at the same time they're a little bit out of the center of the bubble, if you know what I mean, whereas Sol is almost exactly the center of the bubble. So
so
even to shift everything once you become elite, it's like 2 jumps away, so it doesn't take very much to, once you go into Jameson, just call everything over and it's almost there pretty damn quickly.
Well, I'm looking at my fleet right now. I have a Python that is completely configured for passenger runs specifically for Ribigo mines.
Yeah, that's all the way
so
over
it's
there.
It's at Cios.
Sure, yeah.
Because Brunel Hub is real easy in and out.
Yeah, that can stay there. Yeah.
My Type 9 is currently at Tote at Whitelaw because there was a really good credit run that I was running out of Tote. Jumping between Tote and somewhere else.
Right.
My Vulture is assembled, but still sitting down on the planet at Sola Prospect at Bresla, which is that other place where you can buy everything.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm flying around in my Crate Phantom, and then I guess I have a Cobra Mark III. When did I get a Cobra Mark III? I don't know. That's at Sothis, and its value is only 1.9 mil, so it's a bare bones Cobra.
Sure.
So that's my entire fleet at the moment. and everything's kind of positioned with my crate kind of bouncing around. Because this thing is, the Phantom is really nice. It's my exploration ship, so it's got the FSD and the ease of jumping around all over the place. So I really don't have much of a fleet to consolidate, because the Heavy and the Python pretty much I'm going to keep in the areas around where they're at, where I use them the most. And then the Vulture will that's the one, once I find a home base, I'll kind of park that there, probably at Seoul or somewhere close to it. Because that'd be the only one really that I'd have until I start buying other ships, which I was holding off until I had a home base.
The other thing to consider, of course, when it comes down to engineering, is how well stocked up you are for materials.
Yeah, I'm not yet. I was going to ask about, there was a couple of bookmarks. It was, so the mats, the 4 mats, that's for raw materials, right?
That's right. Those are, that's pretty amazing. There's only one condition though. That's only in Horizons.
Those are only in Horizons.
Yeah, they don't appear. They don't. The distribution on planets is different on Odyssey compared with Horizons. So once Horizons is gone, that little gold mine will disappear. Yeah.
So is that the same with the Crashed Anacondas and Dav's Hope?
No, because they're locations, whereas these are geological features.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they're spawned there, but they're random. They've been procedurally spawned there, whereas the Crashed Anaconda and Dav's Hope have been deliberately placed there. They're actual, placed locations.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then the Guardian beacon and the Guardian data sites, those I can get for the other Guardian stuff, right?
That's right. Yeah. Though they are, of course, they're both across both Horizons and Odyssey. That's exactly the same.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of Guardian sites that are listed in here, but I do want to go get those mats and just start. Like, I want to go fill up on all 4 of those, go and downgrade them down to the next one down, and then go fill up on all 4 of them again. But I'm not sure that's a stream worthy run, or if that's more of a...
It's a little bit of a chore, I must admit.
That's a throw Netflix on my second screen and just go and farm.
Sure. I mean, if you like, if you want to let me know and you want to do it off stream, then tell me, and I'll still come out with you. And it's always good to have a little bit of a guide all the way out once you get there. But you're right. It's not exactly the most thrilling thing for other people to be watching.
And then Davs, you just run that thing just to collect up materials. Is there a better place for materials than that, for like the higher end materials that you can trade down?
No, I mean, Dabs is fairly reliable, and you get plenty of grade 4s. You don't get any grade 5s. Your best bet, though, is building yourself. When you go into combat, say probably the best ship for this is something medium, something like a crate. Get yourself a limpet module, a collector limpet module. And when you go into combat, shoot up stuff and then pause and scoop up everything using the limpets, and then go off, hit another target, scoop up all the materials, and fairly quickly you can get quite a lot of high grades. There are a couple of places where you can almost guarantee some high grade stuff. I'll have to look it up. I'll get back to you on it. There's a couple of locations where you turn up, some big starports, and some pirates turn up to attack it. And if you help and destroy the pirates, they drop an awful lot of grade 5 materials and that kind of thing.
Okay. And the other thing that I've also been kind of looking at and doing when I was doing, and I might start doing it again with the Rubigo passenger runs, is if you don't take the full dollar amount, a lot of times, especially those higher VIP ones, they will
Yeah.
give grade 4 and 5 materials.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
So I did notice that when I was doing it, and I was like, I'm kind of wondering, and I was kind of doing that when I was grinding the Federation ranks and the Imperial ranks as well. I was taking especially focus crystals. Oh my good, the crystals. There were so many of them that were giving away those.
Yeah.
So I haven't even looked to see what I have.
What you'll find is that there's a little cluster of say maybe of, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 different class 5 materials, and those missions will give away say 3 or 4 of those, but it will only ever give away those 3 or 4. So
Yeah.
the variety, so you're right, crystals will come up constantly, but you'll never get a certain other type of grade 5. That you have to get that in a different way. Yeah,
But you can also use the traders and trade
of
up or
course.
down.
Yeah, of course, and trade across. Yeah, even. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of one of those things that's like, okay, what the actual commodity isn't as important as the grade level.
That's right. Hmm.
At least that's the way I looked at it.
Yeah, they're all worth something, even if they're materials that you don't directly have a need for in terms of engineering. Well, you can trade it for something, or trade it towards something that you do need. So they all have a value. That's right, and the higher value, the better. Yeah. Which is why going out to that site and getting, those actually, don't forget, raw materials only actually goes to level 4. There are no grade 5 raw materials, but nevertheless, that's the same thing. It's basically the equivalent.
Support. Can I?
But,
that's those two. Never mind
but most of those materials you won't actually use that much in engineering, but down, sending them down, trading them down for stuff that you do is where they come in handy. It's
Yeah.
but nevertheless, the thing is as well, when you're engineering, when you say grade 1 engineering, these are pretty much level 1 materials that you need for it. It's only as you go up, level 2, level 3, level 4, 5, that the materials that they require become rarer and rarer. So to begin engineering, you don't need anything particularly exotic, certainly not really for the first couple of levels. But, you can engineer 1 and 2 on pretty much the bare minimum of materials, really.
Which is helpful.
Sure. Also, you need less of them. For example, the first spin on grade 1 in engineering nearly always does it in one spin. One set of materials gives you level 1 complete, and it tends to then get higher. So level 2 will be 2 or 3 spins, and level 4 will be 4, maybe 5 spins.
Yeah, I just have to look it up ahead of time so that I know that if I need to trade across what I have and what I need.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Just
prior to doing it, so that I don't get all the way out there and go, oh shoot, now I got to go find brokers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you, Inara. I believe inventory and crafting. Crafting lists. Here we are. Oh, it's this only shows up once you've got the blueprints down. Oh, okay.
Okay, I can tell you what. What you trying to find out? For example, the power generator? You want to know what materials you need for grade
Yeah,
1 upwards?
just so
sure.
that I can get my vulture up off and start playing around with it.
I'll have a look. Hold on. But it'll be, for the first level or two will be fairly mundane, easy.
Yeah, I just need to know if I need to break down a material or trade across a material.
Okay, let me have a look. I'll do that for you.
Because that's going to be
Incoming mission critical message.
going to be somewhat important to figure out pretty quickly.
Okay.
Especially if I go out to say Felicity, that's not exactly the closest place to go haul out a ship.
All right, though, in something like a vulture, which isn't exactly,
It's not known for its long jumps to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, I think I can do some stripping down the FSD on it to make it either lighter or make it less power hungry, because I don't need the extended range on it, but there's other ones that I can do for it.
Okay, so power generators overcharge, which is what you'll want. You'll want it to just give you more power.
Yep.
Level 1 is sulfur. That's it, just sulfur. Usually complete with just one spin. So occasionally two, but usually in one you've got it. So that's sulfur. So have a look on your inventory.
Sulfur is a common, so it's a low grade.
Yeah. But if you just go to your inventory and then have a look down at materials, and it's alphabetical. So
yeah, I don't have any sulfur, but I do have manganese and phosphorus that I can break down into sulfur.
Exactly. Yeah, you can. All right then. So
I have the raw.
Okay, and then for level 2, which Felicity Farseer doesn't have, by the way, but never mind. That's heat conduction wiring.
Heat conduction wiring, I have 12.
There you go. There's the and conductive components.
I have 33. Oh wait, conductive components.
Yeah.
30.
Okay. Yeah, got plenty of those. Level 3 is both of those, heat conductive and conduction wiring, plus selenium, which is quite a rare material, raw material.
Selenium. Don't have any selenium, but I do have, like I said, I got phosphorus, manganese, and ruthenium that I can probably break down. Ruthenium is a rare.
Okay.
As is selenium is also a rare.
How many ruthenium have you got?
Ruthenium, I have 4.
You need 4. Yeah, you wouldn't have enough.
I have 1 tellurium, which is also a rare. Raw material 5 rare. How do Inara does not let me cycle these and look at them by rarity, does it? But that's up to level 3. I can at least get the first 2. Well, the first one from Felicity to begin with. And then go from there, too, so...
Yeah, getting sulfur is dead easy. Yeah, that's not, you should have more than enough other materials just to do a simple trade over for, 1 or 2 sulfurs. That's no problem. And you've obviously got you've obviously got enough for level 2 as well. Also, don't forget, when you engineer, you have what they call diminishing returns. So, for example, level 1 gives you 12% extra power. Okay. Level 2 gives you 19% extra power. Level 3 is 26% extra power, and 33%, and then finally 40% over grade 5. So you can see you're kind of, You know, it's, you know, you're not getting, you know, more and more. In actual fact, the further you go, the less you kind of get each time.
Yeah, it's a diminishing return.
Yeah, slightly. I mean, only, you know, only relatively. It's not too bad, but
No, I
but even
expected that.
but even grade 1 is what I'm saying. Even grade 1 with the 12%, that's actually on a vulture. That's quite nice. That's more than enough usually to power
I'm at,
everything
yeah,
without having to.
I believe I was at. I want to say that I was at 109%. So I only need like 9%.
Exactly. Yeah, that will take you over that limit probably quite easily. Yeah.
And while I'm out there, I can probably do something with my frame shift drive. Not to get further more out of it, because I don't care about that as much. It was the uh what was it that I
You
was
could
reading?
probably make it efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other words, take less power from the the power supply.
And that would
Let's
give
have a
me a
look.
little extra power boost.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's have a look.
4, 3, 2, 1.
No, there's not on that. She's only giving, and I think that's probably it. Faster boot sequence, increased range shielded. I'd have to have a look at the experimental effects. Probably the reduced, you know, efficient, you know, power efficient is an experimental effect. They're extra effects that you can add on to engineering, but you can only ever do those at the engineer itself.
Yeah, see,
You
increase
can
range grade 5, deep charge.
mass manager for
Yep.
if you're going for range, mass manager is better than deep charge.
Yeah, it wasn't the range though. I'm just looking at someone had a Corelius IO build for this thing eventually.
Hmm.
So I was kind of just looking at that's what I was looking at that. We'll figure it out. Get this done. And we'll figure that out. All right, what am I looking at here? We're in Cuck now. Oh, that's a hoof. That's fine. Gotten myself spoiled with taking only missions and grabbing stuff that are really close by. Like I'm like, 10,000 light year or light seconds away. That's too far. And I'm like, wait, that's probably more normal than not. Just want to unlock this so that I can get rid of this stuff and do what I need to do. Only hunting season.
There we go. So at the if you overcharge your power supply, your power plant,
Yep.
you can add an experimental effect of monstered, which gives you an extra 5% boost on top of that. It's a one-off payment though of a
That's
a
fine.
few yeah, whether or not you'll be able to afford it this time in terms of materials is another thing. It's only a bit of an extra.
So
But
I
yeah,
need
monster would be
sulfur
fine.
for if I'm going through Felicity, I need sulfur.
Yep. So in other words, all you need to do is get yourself to a material trader and just trade.
Yep.
Just get yourself at least 2, for example, just to make sure you complete the spin, you know, for level 1.
All right, that's components. Where do I find my traders on the site? material trader.
Or we're looking for.
Around Cirrus. Not material. Yeah, material traders, right?
Yep.
For raw trading.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one in. Oh, that's manufactured. Let's see. 82. 15 light year jump from where I'll end up. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there in 82 NRI.
Mhm.
Or ND or whatever that's called.
Yep.
Bursic Point report. Yeah, actually, all three of them are within 15 light year jumps from Cirrus manufacturing, coated, and raw. Sweet. All right, I'll be able to take care of that then.
What I might do, what you might be an idea is, because obviously you've got to take. You can either do it two ways. Of course, you can. If you're going to Farsi, you're going to Desiat, you're going there. So you find, I think there's 2 or 3 systems right next door to her with bases with starports where you can dock. And then so you could go there in a long range ship, get there nice and quick, and summon your vulture to the place. Yeah. Or of course you could fly there in the vulture. And what you might want to do if you're going to fly there in the vulture is just temporarily take out 1 or 2 of the unneeded modules that you don't need, and maybe include for example, you've got the Guardian drive now access. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, I do. I don't
Yeah.
have that thrown in there, but what I can do is I can just
put it
turn
in
off
the-
some stuff.
No, what you do is remove something that you don't need, particularly like shielding, for example. You're not going there to engineer shielding. Remove the
Yeah.
shielding, put in a Guardian frame shift booster, and you'll be able to get to Desiat an awful lot quicker. You might also want to put in a big fuel scoop, whereas ordinarily, of course, a big fuel scoop on a vulture isn't particularly necessary because you're not going to go too far. But the idea is, of course, is that once you've got your engineering done, you take those off, you sell them back, and because don't forget, you get full money back on modules, so it doesn't cost you anything. It's only ships you take a bit of a hit on. If you sell modules back, you get exactly the same amount of money. So
what I might do is once I'm here, I might go all the way out to Desiat real fast in my Phantom, and then recall my ship close by to there, the Vulture, and then continue on this run, however long it takes me to get there, and then go back to it again when it arrives.
yeah, it would be. This is where I wish that you could actually send in advance as opposed to recall a ship. That would be really nice. It would be good right now if you could say to your vulture, go there, and obviously I'll meet you there later, but you can't do it that way around. It's really annoying.
Yeah, Farseer's in Desiat, right?
Yeah.
Uh, 162 light years from where I'm currently at. 4 jumps to Desiat in my Phantom. That's 5 minutes.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't think there is a system in Desiat. I'm just having a look at the system map. Oh, there is. Oh, no. I'm looking at the wrong system. Here we go. Trust me. Try again. If I recall, because I've done this a few times where I've taken more than one ship out there. And what's going on here? Sorry, my computer seems to have. Oh, there we go. Finally, I've taken ships out to Desiat, but I don't think there's anywhere that you can actually park in Desiat itself. So in other words, you can't summon ships to Desiat. You have to summon it to a system next to Desiat, and then you need a space station, or you need a proper base, that has a shipyard, has ship storage. And I don't think there is one in Desiat itself. I don't think there is one in. Yes, I'm just going to check.
What I can do is I
I
can
see.
search nearest.
Keep. This is really annoying. This has done it to me twice now. Stupid system map. Keeps showing me the system that I'm in as opposed to the one I'm trying to look at, which is Desiat. Right, finally. Okay.
Yet.
Oh, it does. Garay Terminal. Garay Terminal. What's it got? Let's have a look. Oh, it does. Okay. I don't know. Either I'm imagining things or they've added these starports since. They do it, over time. Starports get added. It's quite interesting. But yeah, no, there's a.
Yeah, Garay Terminal has a shipyard.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, go there. What I would do then, if I was you, then I'd go there in your Phantom. Call your Vulture to that station. Maybe depending on how far away and how long the countdown is, whether or not you want to jump back and do a couple more missions, etc. That's entirely up to you. But obviously, then you can take it, over to the engineer once it gets there.
Well, I'll have 2 data curring missions to do. So what I'll do is I'll leave here because it's only 4 jumps.
Yeah.
I'll just jump over there real fast,
Yeah.
recall it, come back and finish these up as it's traveling, because it's going to take a little bit of time to travel over anyway.
Sure. Yeah, there you go then. That's a good plan.
And it's like I said, with the way I have the Phantom engineered at the moment, it might as well. I mean, it's fast. 4 jumps is 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be there.
So
in just a few minutes, you'll be there. Yeah. Yeah, you get over an hour, don't you, for a data mission?
You can.
Yeah. Usually, I think it's usually at least an hour you normally get for a data mission, something like that. You've got more than enough time to go there.
Oh yeah, these are all 22 and 23 hours. So yeah, wow. I have more than enough time to complete.
Yeah.
And this will at least get the ball rolling in that direction. Because it's probably going to take 40 minutes or so to get my Vulture out there anyway. Most likely. Let's see.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, yeah, 4 jumps to Desiat. That's fast and easy. It's a nice, easy run up. So then I can get that done quickly and then at least do a couple of bounty runs. I mean, eventually the plan is to have it all engineered or guardianed. And then have a little tank on my hands.
Well, you've got 2 more grinds to go, of course. Yeah, first you've got the grind of unlocking engineer by engineer, which
yep, that's going to be a minute.
Yeah, it's a grind in itself, and then of course you've got the grind to work for all of these materials that you're going to be needing. Especially when you when you want to max out stuff, when you want to push stuff up to grade 4 and 5, then you're going to have to do a bit of material farming.
Fully worth the grind though, because it needs to get done at some point.
Oh yeah, no, having a fully maxed out grade 5, engineered out, if anything is, you notice the difference, I tell you.
Fuel scooping.
Hey, bro, I noticed you're relogging back in. Everything all right with the game and your computer and stuff?
Fuel scooping complete.
I don't hear you if you're trying to talk for some reason. Green circle came up, no voice came out.
Charging.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
That's probably why you didn't hear why I was going. I had a slight connection issue, and then so I went to restart my connection, and then I went to grab something to eat, and I thought I told you guys, but either it was the connection issue that caused it or my mic issue. But anyway, I'm back now, so I'm logging back in with a little bite to eat.
How's the that mic and that all that stuff working out for you? Working out all right?
Good. It's just when I have it normally, I don't have it in my stand. And so I have it normally just sitting on the desk. And so when I move it, sometimes it jars the connection on it. And so sometimes it's a little loose.
Do you need a new cable?
Frame shift.
No, I just wiggle it a bit and push it in and it works.
Gotcha.
Four, three, two, one.
Flying around the last several days and doing jumps in the Type 9. I'm not used to these 50 plus freaking light year frame shift jumps.
Or a vehicle that isn't sluggish as hell to fly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like space trucking and I like the Type 9, but
Fuel scooping.
ugh.
She's a big baby.
Yeah, she is.
Fuel scooping complete.
Bit of a tanker.
I've just done the stupidest thing. I just
Frame shift.
I decided, I'll hop over to Desiat because I'm in Shinrata. I thought I'll hop over to Desiat. I'll get in my Phantom. I select it. I change my ship. I come out. I think trying to work out why I've only got a 6 jump light range. No, I've picked the crate, not the Phantom. What an idiot! Perfect.
You have the other crate.
Yeah, exactly. I got the wrong type of ship.
the wrong crate.
Yeah. Yeah, this is more of a combat build, not a jump range build.
All right, we are looking for, what was the name of that thing? It was Garay Terminal.
Is it?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
So yeah, looks like I will be doing some grinding this next week in Horizons.
Yeah, it takes about, I would say, in a region. Obviously, it depends on the range of the ship that you're going out there with, but I think it takes probably 3/4 of an hour to get out there.
Yeah, I think it was like 33 or 40 jumps, I think, is when I looked at it.
So probably 45 minutes or so to get there. Rather typically, of course, it's another one of Frontier's usual tricks of once you get there, it's 200,000 light seconds away. So you've now got another 10, 15 minutes just to just to get to the to get to the correct planet.
Take me as long to get to
really
the planet as it will to
funny,
fly out there.
It's just so typical. They do that so much. I think this
so
one
funny.
this is by accident. To be fair, it was like I said, it was just how the maths came out. The procedural generation. They didn't put this there deliberately, but nevertheless, it's typical that one of the most helpful places in the game. You spend 45 minutes getting there, and then when you get there, you've got another 10-15 minute minimum wait before you can finally land somewhere. It's just ridiculous. But when you're there, it's with 4 of them, it's probably at least an hour and a half, probably close to 2 hours to do. So I think the whole thing can be done in probably about 3 to 3.5 hours, and you come back with 400 grade, top grade materials, raw materials, which you could trade down for everything else that you need. It's superb.
It's even if it was intentional, it would still be worth it specifically for what you get out of it.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
it's an annoyance, but it's still worth it.
But they do it intentionally. That's the thing. They've done this. Guardian sites. Some of the Guardian sites are almost exactly the same. You jump out there and 180,000 light seconds. So twiddle your fingers for the next 10-15 minutes because. And they
to be fair, it makes sense lore-wise why Guardian sites would be that far away.
Well, they're far away from the bubble in the sense of that's okay. But what I'm saying is that. The systems that they place them in, they're not close to the central star. They're a good 15-minute journey away from the central star before you get to the landable body. That's gameplay wise. They've placed them there deliberately, but gameplay wise, that's not exactly brilliant because that's 15 minutes. You can't do anything. You're not playing the game for 15 minutes. You're sitting there just looking at the screen. I mean, the jumps, at least when you're doing hyperspace jumps, you're having to do a bit of work there. You're having to obviously, make sure you've scooped and line yourself up. And it's a bit repetitive, but nevertheless, you're still playing the game. But, the long distance between star and destination, when it's 15 minutes or so, that really is doing nothing. You're just standing there looking at the screen for that amount of time. And they do that deliberately.
23 minutes, 36 seconds, and it only cost me $100,000.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There you go.
I think that was actually going to be faster to do it this way than it would be for me to fly my current ship down there, get it, and then do the small hops all the way out.
Right.
As weird as that sounds. All right, so we go back to my data missions. Keep doing that now until that thing gets there. So 23 minutes, which is, let's say, 7:15 Eastern. A little fly back. Oh, and I need to do these 2, and then I also need to do the material trader.
Yep.
You have left the no-fire zone. Flight control out.
Get yourself at least, say, 2 sulfurs. You'll be fine.
And that's in raw, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, there's one real close to feudal, which is real close to... Oh, no, that's a feudal government. This would be in Centinianzo or whatever. It's like 10 light years from Daciat. And I either do it over by Cirrus or I could do it out there.
Yeah, there's plenty of them around. You'll always find one relatively close by. There's usually, a material trader of any type within a jump or so of where you are.
I can't Can I store a ship with materials in it in the cargo?
Not with cargo. With materials stay with materials don't count as cargo. So it doesn't matter what you do with materials, they stay with you. They're just part of your inventory. But cargo, no. That's
So I have
you've got
to
cargo.
finish unlocking this engineer before I can do that anyway.
Ah, well, that's true. Of course, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because
I've got the
carrying
25
around that
already.
25 tons of it. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Of course, yeah, that's true. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, hang on. So then, sending your vulture all the way there was probably not actually a good idea because at the end of the day, you're not going to use Felicity Farseer, are you? Because if you're you may as well just use Gwent, because once you've unlocked him.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Didn't think.
I mean, it's already right there at varsity. I might as well use her for the first set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, not having storage for cargo in this game is a pain.
Destroyed. You okay?
Fuel scooping complete.
Everything all right over there, Glass?
Me? Yeah, fine.
Oh, up on the screen, it said you were destroyed for a second.
Said I was destroyed. No, I was changing ship. Oh, yeah, that's obviously a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit of a bug. Yeah, no.
It was like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Okay,
oh
I
no,
was,
he's destroyed. That's unfortunate.
that's obviously a bit of a bug. Yeah. Now, when you're changing ships, it probably shows everybody else that you've been blown up. No, I've just changed into the Phantom instead.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm eyeing a Reddit thread a couple years ago. They were talking about why you can't. What would be the reason you couldn't store cargo on stations and stuff? And someone was saying that people could buy, an unlimited tons of like grain or whatever, wait until the station goes into famine state, and then just cash it in all at once. And it would be, if they did that, they would have to have some protections in place to prevent stockpiling.
Right.
Because honestly, as weird as it sounds, the economy is driven by the players and the shortages and the buying and the selling and the changes. Stockpiling would throw massive amounts of, unless you were paying rent on what you stored. Start charging rent, either weekly or monthly rent or something, much like you would with a fleet carrier for storage. But I understand, like, the stockpiling thing. I hadn't even thought of that, and that makes perfect sense now. Because there are some things that you could stockpile that would potentially collapse portions of the economy, although that would be kind of funny.
Can you store, can I buy storage in a fleet carrier? Like, fly over to somebody else's fleet carrier and then buy storage in it?
I don't think so, no.
That'd be cool.
No, you can't store, that's what we're talking about. You can't store cargo.
You can on your own fleet carrier.
Oh, you can store cargo in your own fleet carrier.
On your own fleet carrier, you can. Yeah.
Can I also sell exploration data to myself on a fleet carrier?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm selling it to yourself. Yeah, I wonder how that works. You know, whether because of course you can put a what do they call it? Interstellar
Cartography.
cartography on a fleet carrier. Yeah, I wonder if you're selling it to yourself. That's interesting.
Because brother and I were talking about that. Is like
I would
once-
imagine that would be one of the perks, seen as how expensive it is and how like seemingly small portion that would be. I imagine you would be able to. It almost reminds me of when I used to play WoW. They sold a like riding mount that had like a repair vendor on it, so you could like sell shit, but he was like riding around with you all the time. So it kind of reminds me of something like that. Just a perk that you get later on in the game when you can afford it.
Yeah, no. See, this is you know, if you'd done a bit more grind and got yourself a fleet carrier, we wouldn't be having this problem now.
well, I'm going to. I'm a fifth of the way there.
You really want a fleet carrier? There you go.
I want the fleet carrier. Dang it!
No, you go ahead and get one. It's about time somebody in my squadron had one. So, no, I've never been tempted myself.
I just want it for the flex. Not to mention being able to name it. We came up with some funny names. I gotta find that piece of paper that I wrote down some of the names that we came up with.
Forget, boys, coloured lasers. It's compulsory in my wings.
Oh yeah. I that was one thing I want to do is the
Yeah, I gotta
laser.
go buy something through the store or whatever to be able to get that.
What color lasers do you use?
I've got about 5 different colours, so I can change to pretty much anything. So whichever, pick whatever you fancy. It doesn't matter. I can, you know, I've got plenty to choose from. So.
All right.
Red always reminds me a bit of TIE Fighter, or the green. The green looks a bit Star Warsy as well.
What's that under again?
Livery, and then it's under what do they call it? I'll tell you right now.
I think I have enough of the.
Oh, engine detailing.
That's it. Yeah. So that's got engine detailing and obviously lasers. So, yeah, detailing. Yeah. Ship detailing, I think, in it.
There was Mortal Wombat, but the one that I think I was going to do was VHS Betamax. That was the one. That was what I was going to name my fleet carriers. VHS Betamax.
VHS Betamax.
Yup.
I don't know what was it. What was it? The laser disc. Yeah. Chuck
Yep.
that in as well. Laser disc. For them.
Good old laser. So it was funny. My grandfather was always getting the upfront, the newest and latest and greatest stuff, but he always was on the wrong side. So when Betamax and VHS were coming out, he threw a bunch of money into Betamax and the VHS won that war. So then there was the DVD and Laserdisc, so he threw everything he had into Laserdiscs and DVDs won that war. So he got kind of frustrated, and when the Blu-ray and HD DVDs were coming out, he told me, he goes, Sony has burned me before on this. There's no way that I'm going with Blu-ray. I'm going to go with HD DVDs. And then Blu-ray won that war out. I think at that point he just gave up. He was on the wrong side of the two major players every step of the way.
I just had to look. Yeah, the lasers are 2,240 arcs. So the laser colors.
Can you pick your own color from a hash, or do they just have only certain colors?
No, there's a limited number of colors. You've got, I'll go through. You've got ordinary blue, then you've got a kind of sky blue, cyan. You've got green. There's pink. There's red. There's white, which is kind of a bright white. It's almost it's you'd think that lasers as they are white, but when you look at them, actually they're kind of grayish compared with the bright white. There's purple and there's yellow. So
Interesting. Okay.
the only one I don't have is pink and yellow. I've got all the others.
Might go with one of those two then. I think the Vulture's going to be the first ship that I'm actually going to play around with that kind of stuff and do some ship detailing with.
Well,
Eventually, I'll do it with my Phantom, but
you can have the colors on all your ships. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you buy the laser color, you can put that laser color on all of your ships. It's not like only for one ship. It's you now own that color across all of your ships to use. So yeah.
Honestly, I think this is the first ship that I've actually got hard points installed on.
Right.
I mean, I've got no hard.
We need to look at your build as well. We need to see how you've done. That's what you chose.
Oh yeah. I think you'll actually appreciate the build that I did.
You had a look at someone else's, did you?
Yep, pretty much.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Docking request granted.
I looked at several different builds before I ended up constructing this one. And it was some ones that did a build that tried to have a minimal amount of engineers for now. And then I'll adapt it once I can get everything else engineered. Then I can adapt it to that as well.
I think the Vulture, though, is fairly simple in the sense that, being a small ship, you're limited with the number of slots that you can have. I mean, you can mess around with some of the optional modules. In other words, whether you're going to have module reinforcement or extra hull reinforcement or even an extra shield booster, that's all debatable. Everything else, though, you pretty much A-rate it across the board, with the exception of life support.
And that's D-rated. Yep.
So any ship is D-rated. It's almost a waste of time with anything else. But what about your weapons? What did you? Because you've only got 2 points, but they're both large.
One was a pulse cannon. The other one was a pulse laser. Both of them are fixed, but with the more nimble of a small ship, I can deal with fixed.
And so you mean you've gone from multi cannon?
Yes.
So you've gone for a cannon and a laser.
Yes.
Laser. Okay.
And then I believe there's 2 chaffs, a warrant scanner, and then everything else is either boosting for shielding in either shields or modules. And I think that's pretty much how I built that thing out.
It's interesting. I would say at the beginning not to worry too much. I wouldn't go for more than 1 chaff. Okay, fine if you want to go for chaff, but only use 1. They're limited effectiveness. They seem to be a damn sight more effective for NPCs than they are for human players. So you fire them off and they're still hitting you. They're reasonably limited. The other thing is, for a kill warrant scanner, they are good, especially if you really are bounty hunting. If you're doing an awful lot of combat. The only thing is, they don't half eat juice. They really eat power. And so I would perhaps suggest that you remove that to begin with, especially if you were like flying with me. I kill warrant scan everything. But
Yeah,
I have a super long range one and super fast, and I've got the power to do it. So again, that's maybe something that I would replace it with a shield booster, for example. If it was me, I would put a shield booster in instead of a kill warrant scanner. Yeah, but that's the kind of thing we'll look at when we see your build.
I think this was the right one that I wanted to go to.
that's such a strange anomaly with the livery. You can get orange engines, but you can't get orange lasers.
That seems a bit strange.
Yeah, I don't know. God knows why. That makes no, and it's been like that for a long, long time. If there's some real reason behind that, I really don't know. I mean, whether it's to do with having an orange HUD, but I wouldn't have thought so. What difference that makes. But yeah, you can get orange engines, but you can't buy orange lasers. You can't buy pink.
Yeah, this is where I started from. This had more missions. Halfway through the friendly into an allied, and I have to get allied, I guess, with these guys. I just need to get rid of these things. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll rebuy them some other time. So I really want to go pew pew. New nets.
Maybe you're right. Thinking about it, I mean, you've got the at least right now because you've sent your ship to Farseer anyway, and you've got the ability to upgrade to level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just go for it.
Well, I'll see if there's any more
there must be
payment.
There must be an alternative way of getting those, because of course that there are some. You're right. There's some fleet carriers. There's guys out there that effectively help you out by gathering all of this stuff and trading them out. But they are available in space stations as well. They're just scattered around. They're scattered around a little bit. They take some time to generate. I think you can buy like five at a time, and then you have to wait a few minutes for them to restock.
Yeah, and out here in this area, I guess there are some missions that you can take that they will give them as rewards in this area because you have to have 25 of them. So it kind of forces you to stay around in this area. I skipped that part and just went and bought them because I didn't realize you had to be allied. Otherwise, I would have done it the other way where you just collect them one at a time. But I wonder if I can sell where I can sell them at. It'd be nice to unlock this guy, but holy crap, this is... I thought it was going to be a lot faster than this. I didn't realize I had to be completely allied. I just had to be friendly to get it, but apparently I had to be fully allied. At some point, I'll take a couple of weeks and just push through and unlock as many engineers as I can going down the list. Even if I don't do anything with them just yet, just having them unlocked and available.
My friend did this. He just got totally compulsive about it. He just went into I've got to unlock all the engineers mode, and that's all he did. And I'm like, come on, let's go and explore. Let's go shoot something. No, I'm unlocking so and so. I'm doing this. So
well,
he really went tasked about it, and he even then went all the way out to Colonia, to unlock the 3 engineers out on Colonia, which I hadn't even done. He ended up unlocking all the engineers before I did.
The only reason why I'm focused on it, the only reason why I'm focused on this right now is because I got these 25 fairly rare things that I can't just chuck. Well, I could chuck, but
Docking successful.
if this doesn't change up shortly, I'll be just getting rid of them anyway. My ship should be arriving soon. If it hasn't already. I don't have a message that it's there yet, so.
Sometimes you don't get it. Yeah, if you go to your if you go to the the ships the shipyard and have a look at available ships, it will tell you there how far the timer is down. But sometimes you don't always get the notification that your ship has arrived at the time.
Incoming message.
Oh, there's my message. My vulture has arrived. All right, you know what? We're going to do this. I'm going to come back to this later. Commodities market. Sell. Modular terminals. I'm okay with this. All right, and now I need to go back to this and find...
Head first, of course, to the material trader.
Yep, raw. It's the raw trader, right? Yeah, raw
Yep.
trader.
That's the one.
Yep. I will continue this later. I want to, while I'm live on here, I want to participate.
Landing gear retracted.
You know what then? I'm going to head down to Desiat myself. I'm just going to investigate the local areas to see if there's some good pew pew in the area. I'm sure there is. There are usually some good red sites to go jump into. So I'll go and check it out.
I'm only 4 jumps away from this trader. Oh, but I need to go somewhere else first. Hang on. I hate it when this happens. This way.
Frameshift drive charging.
So you get out, and the first jump is on the other side of a planet.
What they do is, of course, is just quickly go to the navigation panel, target the main star, the very stuff at the top of the list, and then do the jump, and then obviously wait for the target to become unobscured.
Oh, I just jumped to a nearby station that was kind of the opposite direction a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Even if you do it just to the main star, it doesn't matter. It'll go there whether or not local targets are obscured or not.
What does a mission mean if it has a red triangle with a skull on it?
It's high risk.
They're probably people
illegal?
trying to pull you out through interdiction. Or illegal.
Yeah, something like that.
If it's just a sightseeing adventure, then we're good.
No, because sometimes illegal you might be able to run into illegal passengers. So what you do is when you look at the mission itself, it'll tell you if the passenger is wanted, like if it's an illegal mission, like he's wanted by the authorities, or if hostiles might be sent against you.
Yeah.
Like, and depending on where you're going and where you're coming from, that may or may not be a problem. like the Rubigo runs that I do, every one of those guys are wanted by the authorities.
Right,
If I got
this is just a rich tourist. It doesn't say anything specific.
then there might be people up against him because he's rich. So you might have someone sent out to you, but as long as it doesn't say that he's wanted, it should be all right.
I can handle me an interdiction or two.
Yeah.
Even though the interdiction, HUD has been balked in the recent update.
Yeah, that's getting fixed.
Yeah. And all you got to do is basically just keep it in the middle anyway. You just can't see your progress. But if you just pretty much keep the thingy in the middle, then you'll still win. It's not a game breaker.
Fuel scooping complete.
You're already at Dissiat.
Yep.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, you started plotting over there as I was selling my stuff, didn't you?
2 jumps away. That was all.
Oh, you were only 2 jumps away. Gotcha. Yeah, I was 4.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's my long-term savings plan is
Fuel scooping.
buying a fleet carrier.
So, Glass, let me ask you something. Is there an easy and effective way to transfer money via some sort of cargo transfer between 2 players?
People have been wanting to try this for a long time.
Frameshift drive charging.
Really, the only way that you can kind of do it without, I mean, you can either, of course, buy high value goods and get them, effectively dump them and get them to scoop him up, but that's not, that's not exactly, they're never going to get. It'll take a long time before they, make severe money out of it. The best way of transferring money to somebody is effectively take on get them to join wing missions before you hand them in. So take on wing missions. You don't have to have them actually as part of the wing when you're doing the mission, but before you hand them in, get them to join your wing, and then obviously hand the value in, and they'll then take a share of it.
Actually, bro, you've got a hauler, right?
Yeah.
How much cargo space can you hold on your hauler?
7 something? I forget the exact number. It's up there.
Because we could find a boom area together that's a wing mission that's, deliver, say, 2,000 of something with 2 ships, or even the 3 of us with 3 ships at 700. That's 1 trip each, and you can pull in 40 mil. Like,
Yeah, no
it's
doubt. With shared
stupid
mission,
broken.
You can really, share some cash around with that. That's probably by far the best way of doing it.
Hey, bro, that'd be worth doing off stream for like one of my days off or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's because
Just
even
do that,
so,
just hang out and call and just do that for a few hours.
because even with 2 people with 2,000 and each of us has got 700 plus, that's still, 2 trips each and it's done. That's almost completely busted. And especially if you've got between 2 places and you've got one coming back the other way as well. And so you drop off, pick up a load and go back, drop off, pick up a load and go back and just bounce. That place that I was doing that for, the Reputation, had a bunch of those. One of them's kind of a long jump, 40,000 light seconds, but there was some really good price stuff in there. And you could do that with going back and forth, because that's what I was doing. I'm sure we could find somewhere else that's real close. I'll have to look around. I'll do some scouting and find a good boom or expansion one that has those missions.
Yeah, you want boom, boom status.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with IDDB or whatever that is,
You
or
can find them.
EDDB, you can
Yeah.
find those pretty easily. And then it's just quickly allying up, and there you go. All right. I need sulfur.
On these sightseeing tourist mission things, what do I need to do? Just fly around?
You fly to a
spot?
beacon. You fly to wherever the beacon is, scan the beacon, and then fly back.
Just let's turn off my filters and look for a beacon.
If it's in a mission, it should be highlighted blue down the list.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I think you have to get a lot closer than you'd think, though. Is that right? If I remember the last
No,
time?
those are usually wherever you drop out of Super Cruise. It's close enough.
Yeah, this one's like 400 light seconds. It's a Taylor colony on a world,
Yeah.
so I might have to land at the colony, but that's no big deal.
Yeah. How many of these? I just need one sulfur, or just get a handful of sulfur.
I would just say the minimum of 2. You normally will just, for level 1, you will complete level 1 engineering with just 1 spin. In other words, with just one material, but sometimes not quite. So you may as well just use another one just to finish it off and complete level 1 engineering. So I would say the minimum of 2, just in case. You might want to get yourself 3 or 4, just to, it's up to you.
So this Taylor colony is an Earth-like world, so I'm assuming that
Oh,
this
yeah,
is just a fly around.
One manganese dropped down to 3 sulfur, so I've got 3 sulfur. That was easy enough. All right, now I need to go to Daciat and go pick up my ship.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
All right, well, I got my sulfur. And my autopilot's drunk.
Hello, junk autopilot.
All right, systems. Action state, boom. Search near soul, because that's...
Scan detected.
Ooh, with power plays being contested, you might get some extra really fun stuff for boom missions out of there. That might work out nicely then. Oh, come on. I'm not. There we go. It's locked.
Speed restrictions are now lifted. Until next time, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So, bro, when's your next day off?
Oh, let me check. Saturday and then Tuesday.
Saturday and then next Tuesday. Well, next Tuesday we can stream.
And then Saturday and Tuesday again.
It looks like Tuesdays is going to be Elite Dangerous night for the next couple weeks. But we can also
Sounds good
jump
to
on
me.
during the day. Oh, someone just jumped in behind me.
Probably me. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
And I just did like a full orbit, like a slow orbit, like an auto orbit around this planet, this Earth-like. And holy shit, it's beautiful. Like this is the first time
Yeah.
I've actually done that, where I just like did a full orbit, like slowly, and just passed over the top of just looking at it.
Sometimes the planets can look amazing, you know, especially the atmospherics with the light effects around them. It's kind of very cool.
Yeah, the cities on the dark side, and then all the clouds and
Yep.
the continent formations and stuff on the day side. Now, are these dynamic? Do they change over time, or are these just photo plates?
Well, no, they when the planet rotates, the you know the dark cities show up on the other side. You know,
Or I mean, like the storms and the cloud coverage and stuff.
I think that stays. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Gosh, it looks beautiful.
Ooh, you're in the spin. Did you find a good place for us to go pew pew?
Well, there's a couple of options really. Yep, there's you can either come and see a combat zone with me right here in this system, or there's some you know some res zones in one or two of the systems just around us. Damn, I dropped out of Super Cruise too early. Stupid me. Paying attention.
I don't know. Super Cruise Assist dropped me out perfectly.
Amateurs.
Well, I'll have to pop in delivery while I'm here and grab some colored pew pews. I wonder how much ARC bucks I have.
Deployed.
And
Landing successful. Docking restraints engaged.
use the ship. All right, Starport services. And we are looking for engine detailing. No. Weapon detailing.
I'm confused as to how to complete this sightseeing adventure. I'm like orbiting the planet, but I don't see where it moves on to the next segment. Do I have to do something else?
Look at the mission because it may have updated.
I mean, it tells me you need to transport rich tourists to ecological loss, something visitor beacon, and something visitor beacon. But I'm at the first place I need to go to, but I don't see anything updating thing, so I don't know what's going on.
All right. Without seeing it, I'm
figure it
not
out.
100% sure.
Is it not where you have to, go up and drop out next to the beacon and then go up and, usually very close, like within a couple of 100 meters to then
I
scan
don't see any beacons around this planet though. Unless I'm missing something.
All right. I sold one of my chaffs, and now I'm only 0.9 megawatts over. Here's what I got. Hard points. I have a pulse laser 3D, multi cannon 3C, utilities, the kill warrant scanner, a shield booster, and a chaff launcher. The core internals, military grade composite, 4A power, 5A thruster, fire. Everything's A rated except for life support. And the internals, I've got a 5C bi-weave shield, 5D hull reinforcement, 4D hull reinforcement, a 2D module reinforcement, a 1D module reinforcement, and a 1D hull reinforcement.
that's built for combat, all right. That's for
So
sure.
it's tank.
Yeah.
She's tanked out.
Yeah.
So if I were to remove the kill warrant scanner,
Yeah, have a look how much that drops you down by. And what rating was the kill warrant scanner? Was it an A rated one?
no, a C rated.
No. C. Okay. Yeah.
The power draw is 0.8 milliwatts, and I'm 0.9 over deployed. Retracted, I'm fine. So I'm going to keep her in there for right now, as long as I don't deploy anything, my hard points, until I upgrade my... I'm going to see what happens once I get the power to the overload, and then I'll see where I'm at.
But you should be utterly fine then, because all you'll be doing is adding more power, not, you won't be...
And as long as it adds more than 0.9, I should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's 12%.
Let's see. So I need to go to Farseer Inc. This is my first time actually flying it. I think this will be my first time flying this thing. Oh, I don't have an advanced.
Throw it around. It's absolutely, Oh, what don't you have? You don't have an advanced docking computer?
I don't.
No. Again, this is another power thing. Not having a docking computer you know, can I would look, you know, I don't get me wrong, I do use docking computers. I have them in medium ships and above. I don't have them in my couple of my main combat ships though. But other than that, I'm perfectly happy to use them. But certainly when it comes down to say a small ship like the Vulture, it's so easy to land manually anyway. I know it's nice to be kind of lazy sometimes. You go push that button in you go, but you know, it's put it this way, you know, that one slot, that's module, you know, that's a module reinforcement slot, for example, there.
Yep.
Or
No, I'm perfectly happy with it. I'm not worried about this at all. Oh, this thing makes a. This is the weird noise everybody was talking about. The engine noise in this thing's got kind of a me sound to it. It's kind of weird.
2, 1, engage.
I believe I at least have. I do have Super Cruise. I believe I do have a planetary thing where I can, yeah, hopefully.
Would it perhaps be an intergalactic planetary?
Or a planetary intergalactic.
galactic. What color did you pick?
Pink.
Pink. Hey, being all inclusive.
No. I am a very inclusive person. Which is a very good thing in my situation, so. Besides, for eons and eons, pink was a very masculine color anyway, right? I don't know. I like the color pink.
Actually, it looks kind of, you know, you don't see it too often here, obviously, but when I have seen it, it looks kind of cool. It's, you know, it's a nice shade of pink at least. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it looks all right as lasers. Yeah.
At least we'll get about an hour of fighting in. Not terrible.
So confused as to what I'm supposed to do. Still showing up that that planet is mission related. But I don't know what I need to do at the planet.
Now there are still one or two mission issues with Odyssey.
I really feel like it's something I'm missing though. Because this is literally my first time doing this.
What you could do is just a suggestion. It's a bit of a long-winded thing to do. Is to log out of Odyssey and just try logging back into Horizons and seeing if suddenly it becomes obvious.
I'll try that.
You know, suddenly the solution. Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes certainly for some mission problems, you know, there is definitely issues with Odyssey over certain assets not showing up on you know,
Gotcha.
in Odyssey where then targets not appearing and that kind of thing.
Oh, I gotta start working on the kids' Halloween thing. sign a list of that stuff. She told me what she wanted to be for Halloween, and it's something. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's character, I guess.
Orbital flight engaged.
Found an ideal place for us to come.
Sweet.
It has res with a starport right next to it, so you can always quickly run for repairs, cash in your bounties, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Slightly terrifying. So I'm in Horizons, right? But now I don't see my mission at all.
Oh yeah, because you can't jump between and have the missions in.
Really?
Yep.
Even
Missions-
if they're not.
missions-
Even if they're not. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Missions no longer share between them.
So what do I do with these 6 passengers then, I wonder?
You got to go back into Odyssey, and we got to figure this out.
Gotcha.
Sorry, man. I didn't realise that.
Oh,
I thought,
yeah.
obviously, there are certain missions which you couldn't. They're Odyssey specific, but I thought a passenger mission would be, pretty much, continuous between one and the other. I didn't realise that. Okay.
Papa Echo commencing automated flight.
All good.
Routine. Please observe docking protocols. Docking permission denied. Access granted. Proceed to landing
Wait,
pad.
there's an auto dock in progress here. What? I don't know what happened back at the ship. Whatever. Apparently it lets me auto dock here.
Well, you've obviously left your your docking computer on board.
I guess there's a... I don't know. It might be because it's a planet. It might be different. I don't know.
No. Even even planet-based stations, you have to either use the docking computer or dock manually, or land manually.
I don't know what was going on. Whatever.
You'll probably find you didn't remove it. You thought you did, but you didn't. Have a look in your modules. Check your modules. Just go to panel 4 and look at the modules and see if it's still there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right. Oh, yeah, I can do it that way.
Yeah.
Although now I'm at standby list because I'm going in. Oh, yeah, I do have an advanced docking computer. Oh, well. Wonder why it didn't work at the other place. Weird. I'm okay with it. All right. Let's see. Engineer's workshop. I need to modify my power plant. Select.
She only gives level 1. But that'll do.
The cost is worn shield emitters?
No, it's not shield emitters. It's
No, hang on. Low
sulfur.
emission, overcharged. Oh, here it is. Overcharged. There it is.
Overcharged, yeah.
Sulfur. There we go. All right. Generate modification.
Make me panic then. Like, oh man, damn. What, given the wrong
Generate.
Power plant capacity exceeded. Shields online.
gotta do it a second time, I guess.
Okay.
Power plant capacity exceeded. Shields online.
And then the experimental effect. Oh, I didn't grab the stuff for the experimental, did I?
No, but I would imagine some of that you probably wouldn't have had. You know,
No,
and
it was
takes quite a
the.
few.
I have the grid resistors and the polymer. I just didn't have the Vantium.
That's pretty high grade stuff, though, isn't it?
I don't know. 2. If the little fin
Oh,
things is the size that it is,
Right, yeah.
it's
The
only
number
2,
of
and I only need 3 of them. I could have grabbed it, but that's all right for monstered.
Okay.
But that's okay. I'm probably pretty good now. Let's see, back, outfitting. Oh yeah, I'm good now.
Yep. There you go.
I am good now. The one thing I do need to do is I do need to set up my fire groups. Chaff would be 1, pulse laser of 1, multi-cannon 2, chaff 1, kill warrant 2. Okay. A and B. All right. Ching.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship restraints disengaged. Commence departure.
A short wait, just over 4 minutes, and my wing specific chieftain will be here. We'll be able to go and do some bang bang.
Oh, nice.
What you might want to do is come back up to that Garay terminal.
Yeah, yeah.
If you like, and if you can, depending, of course, on what modules they've got for sale here, maybe exchange your. And you just put it into storage if you definitely want to keep it, but just for the moment, perhaps exchange your kill warrant scanner for a shield booster. Have a look and see. Now you've got the extra power, you can probably get away
shield
with
booster. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you don't have a shield booster, do you? How many?
I have
you
a
got
shield
one
booster.
already?
Yeah.
Okay, you got one. Well, maybe another one would be good. We certainly don't need 2 kill warrant scanners. And mine is the thing is that kill warrant scanners are really good, but again, they're kind of things that if they're not engineered, they're not much fun because
Mhm.
they take you 10 seconds, and the range on them are really low. So they're a drag. They can be once you've engineered them. Mine takes less than 2 seconds to scan each ship, and I can do it from over 6 kilometers away. So I can just scan. They're really good when they're engineered, but if they're not engineered, they're a little bit of a drag, and you certainly don't need 2 because when
I can also load up on then shield boosters.
Get the kills. Yeah. I would get a shield booster.
Get more because it doesn't hurt to have more than one. It's not like like a chaff or a heat sink or something. Well, a heat sink might not be bad.
And it's heat sinks for engineering more than combat, to be honest. And
that's
do
true.
Have a bit, you know, you can throw off the lock. You can often throw off the lock of a ship with a heat sink because obviously you make your ship really cold. But it's a fairly temporary. It's not. It's more for exploration than anything, I think. Obviously, this is power dependent as well. You know, what you want to do is put your kill warrant scanner into storage and just see which level of shield booster, even if they're for sale. I don't even know if they're for sale in this station. I'll take a look right now. But the other one, which is, I suppose, semi-effective, it certainly is against missiles, is, of course, the point defense. I don't tend to use them myself that much, but, you know, probably at the moment a little bit more useful than a kill warrant scanner on your ship.
Being a small ship, I'm more of it's kind of more of an interdictory role anyway, so there's anything that I can do that would help beef it out a little bit.
At this station, at Garay Terminal, they've got all of the shield boosters available, all the sizes.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah. They've also got...
Hey, my rank of mostly harmless in combat's about ready to change.
Yep. You take when you're in a wing, you take a bit of a hit of the amount of points that you basically everything's points, you know, kind of accumulated. That, in other words, and it's to do with ranks. It's not to do with the ship itself, or even to do with bounty. It's just, for example, if you're harmless and you kill an elite ship, you know, you'll get a whole stack of points towards your ranking. But as you go up, those points become less and less. And in actual fact, say for example, if you're deadly, which is one rank obviously below elite, then killing harmless, killing mostly harmless, killing poor, they don't even count. They're so low down on the scale that you don't get any points for killing those. You only get, you know, you're getting less points for killing bigger targets ahead of you. You also, if you're in a wing, you take about a 20% reduction in the number of points you would normally accumulate. But to be honest with you, in a wing, you normally kill faster anyway. So in actual fact, it's still an advantage to be in a wing. It's that they put that in obviously to counter people who just simply go in a wing as a way of boosting up their numbers of kills. So they put a little bit of a handicap in it, but for the most part, you still end up with more kills. You know, you're killing quicker. So
are the assassination missions and stuff like that, the actual killing missions and the combat missions that way, are those any good to do?
Oh, they'll obviously it depends on the target. They'll usually send you against a fairly good target, you know, dangerous, deadly, or even elite. They're for the money, though. To be honest, I mean, the best place to acquire elite rank, particularly at the moment, is in a Haz-Res zone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, in a Haz-Res, you'll get more. It's the number of targets as opposed to their value. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, you can get really good bounty on. You know, you'll get 4 or 5 million sometimes for killing a good target in an assassination mission. But in himself, he's only the equivalent of, you know, if he's dangerous or deadly or elite, it's the same as killing one of those in a Haz-Res. So, for ranking, it doesn't make as much difference.
And hopefully we're instanced to where we can see each other.
Yeah. Although there's usually a fairly surefire way, if you don't get instance immediately, that you simply leave the one person leaves the Haz-Res zone and turns around and jumps back in, and usually then you reappear the second time. But I've just seen you come in, by the way, above me in the space station, so
I'm coming in right now.
oh, I can see you with the, you know, I can see your marker in front of me. So you're instanced at the moment with me.
Landing gear deployed.
Are you inside the station or are you outside the station?
I'm inside. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my chieftain to arrive.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. should be able to watch you just fly right over the top of me any second now.
I am landed.
Oh, you are. You've already gone, did you? Let's have a look. Go to,
Let's see, utility mounts. Let's go ahead and that for now.
there we go. Good. My chieftain's arrived. Good.
Shield
This
boosters.
is a very useful chieftain because it's got Heelys. So it's got beams that repair your shields.
All right, I can get an A-rated shield booster in this thing.
You get that. You still get enough power. Yeah.
And I still have enough power deployed.
Yeah.
Buy and equip. And then my other empty utility mount. I could get a 0D, and that would put me right to the edge.
Yeah, just anything that's, as long as you're not pushing it over, then anything's an improvement. It may just be temporary. It's just for now. You can
Yeah,
always
well,
put your kill warrant scanner back on there afterwards, or something else instead.
I sold it for now.
Yeah. They're not
Until I have the
they're
engineers
not
for
violent.
it, yeah. So I have a total power of 17.47 megawatts, and I'm using 17.40. So I have a tolerance of 0.07.
That's fine. That's all right. Doesn't mean everything will run. That's
A
good as you
tolerance is
need.
a tolerance.
That's all you need. Okay, so if you have a look on your map under the bookmarks of squadron bookmarks.
Galaxy map.
Yeah.
Bookmarks.
You should see one there that says Chromata 5. It's very close. It's sort of or if you just type Cremata, Kremata.
ARE. Cremata 5.
Cremata. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the planet we're going to. And there's a nice space station in orbit around it as well, nice close to the ring. So, of course, any quick repairs or any rearming that needs to be done, we can quickly nip there. And, of course, you hand in your bounty vouchers there as well. So that's an ideal place.
All right. And it's nice and close. Easy.
Yeah.
You got your other ship?
Yep.
All right. We auto-launching. Let's see if this thing actually auto-launches this time, or if this is going to
You might have
be a
auto
pain in my
launch
butt.
turned off. You can turn it on and off in your ship terminal. On the let's have a look.
It seems to be working this time.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I see you with the green engines. That was close.
Was close. Yeah. That would have been interesting to see which of us got five.
This thing is nice and maneuverable. I kind of like it.
Oh yeah, you can throw them around. Chieftain is fairly similar in that regard. You know, it's a medium ship, but it's, you know, maneuverability, it's fairly close to the Vulture. Vulture is a little bit more maneuverable, but not much.
Yeah.
And yeah, Chieftain, of course, it's pretty much the same thing. Total, you know, real good maneuverability, but with a bit more punch. So.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. I was like, okay, once it's completely engineered, this thing is just a tank, a tiny gnat of a tank. All right,
Okay,
so
if you go to your navigation panel, and
yep.
go all the way down to, you will see at about 2,240, you have resource extraction site, 2,200, resource extraction site hazardous.
Yep.
Yeah, we are going where there are no cops. We're going to be the bullies.
Combat mode
Go
active.
get him.
Go get them. That's right.
All right, here we go. The first time I've combated in an actual combat ship that's been built for
I'm going to
combat.
buy consumer technology because this person wants it to make their journey more comfortable.
Do you have
Yeah, you obviously,
storage?
you know, luxury
A little bit.
cabins. Yeah. Yeah, they want luxury cabins, don't they?
This one's just in business class, but they're a little picky, so
All right.
at least they're giving me something to do.
Hope we're in light here. That's the one thing about going into a ring system. You know, you can sometimes have shadow cast over the rings, and you end up in a big patch of darkness.
Yeah, they turn on night vision and avoid the
My-
green circles.
My targeting
You can,
computer
yeah.
doesn't need light. T for targeting, right? And H to cycle through hazardous targets.
H is hazardous targets. G is T is target the one in front of you. G is to cycle through all the targets around you.
And is there one that will target the one that my friend is targeted?
I think there is, but
I
that's
had to like
probably
set it.
yeah. You can set it separately, but at the same time, I think if I've targeted and already opened up on one, it will become hostile, and then you press H.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
We are in light. We are in light, but I don't know for how long. We're very close to the shadow. It's very annoying. I hate it when it does, because I hate fighting with the, with the night vision on. You know, you can do it, but I just think it looks rubbish. Doesn't look nowhere near as good as. Can't see as much. You know, can't really see as well.
Yeah.
But we're in light at the moment, but whether or not it's moving away from the shadow or moving towards the shadow, we won't know for a little bit. So we'll find out soon enough.
You just gotta move around the planet.
Yeah. It's right around the other side of the planet almost. So. Okay, I'm going to drop out.
I'm not far behind. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to set my between engines and weapons and systems and all that fun stuff.
I couldn't figure this shit out, so I just abandoned them on a random station. Fuck them. They want to be broken, they can stay their ass over there on their own way home.
You could have, ejected him into
I-
space.
Nah, I don't want to kill them. Oh, that would have been funny.
It would have been absolutely hilarious. I have arrived.
Oh yeah, you are instanced. That's good.
I'm about 14 kilometers behind you
Okay.
and closing. Yep, I see your green.
Yeah, but good targets. Let's see if there's anything worth opening up on immediately. I just wonder whether we're going to hit shadow here or not. Really hope not. Okay, I've got a federal dropship targeted at the moment. Can you see my target? Obviously, it'll be a ship with obviously my symbol, you know, around it.
Yeah, I see.
There you go. You've got him. There you go. Now I can see you've targeted him. Yeah. All right then. So he's ready. He's ready to rock. So I'm going to open up on him. He will obviously change color to purple, and then he'll be red when you go. For the most part, don't forget is, you know, I'm a lot better equipped to take punishment than you are. So although you're free to you know, fire on him as much as you like, don't try not to draw all of his attention onto you. Do you know what I mean? You know, the most important thing is that you get in hits. But you know, particularly with some of the bigger ships that we go for, we may not want you necessarily drawing, you know, the attention onto you in a fairly low
Bro,
engineered
typically what
ship.
I did is I would wait till it was purple, I would target it and then wait till it went purple, and that meant that he shot it first, and then I would kind of open up a little bit until it went red.
It went purple and now it's red. So
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's giving me all the attention at the moment, and that's fine. But I mean, he's not a big deal. He's a deadly drop ship. He's reasonably capable, but when you get something like an Anaconda or a Further Lance, that's elite and stuff. You don't want them turning their attention to you. There we go.
There you go.
800,000.
Yep, I got the notification.
Yep. Yeah, as long as you get off shots, I think it's roughly about maybe 20 seconds before he dies. As long as you've got hits in there, then you know, you should be fine then to pick up the
And I didn't get touched once in that.
yeah. Firing going on over here, so I'm just coming out this way to see what's going on. That's scout. That might something.
Scan detected.
Scanning all the ships around him as well.
Is there an easy
Up,
place in
open
the
up
oh,
here
there it
on a
is.
coat. Okay. You all right? Hit each other there.
Oh yeah. Oh, there was some explosions over there.
Okay, so on this guy, here we are. Come get some. Oh yeah, all those pinks look kind of cool actually, I must admit.
I probably need to swap out these for some gimbal systems.
Oh, you didn't have gimbaled?
No.
Okay. Yeah, fixed more powerful, but you know, not necessarily ideal, and especially not in a you know, when you're going after shorter, faster targets. It's all right when you're going after big anacondas and things, but
Yep, I think I'm gonna switch to gimbal. That's the first thing I'll end up doing. Changing up on this thing is going for some gimbal.
you want to head back now and quickly get it done? I wonder if
We
they
can.
sell them there.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, I wonder. Mind you, there's a place here. I tell you what, you go back to the other place. I'll go to the place here, and we'll see. You know, we can check in two places. There's Gardener Horizons here. If you want, I'll go there. And
All
you
right, so
go
I'm
back
jumping back to
Daciat.
Daciat. Yep.
Yeah, and obviously, if they don't sell gimbaled lasers there, then I'll see if they've got them available here. Okay.
Works for me.
Frameshift drive charging.
Also sell in the 2 that we've gotten, which is a little over $1 million in credits so far, so.
You might find that you can, if obviously it depends on which faction it's, you know, the bounties were issued from, but though they may be factions that have a present in Daciat, and therefore you can hand them in.
If not, I'll just come back to that one and
If
we'll
not,
jump
they'll
in
be
from there,
here.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll be here.
Where was this? Gray Terminal.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay.
All right.
Make it easy.
Later.
Catch you later, bro.
Right.
Night. Like maybe once I get a little bit better at this, I'll do straight line, but for now I'll just run gimbaled. Also feels weird only having the 2.
Sorry, the two what?
2 hard points.
Oh right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's.
I mean,
but
they're large hard points, which is
Yeah,
awesome, but
Yeah. They pack some punch. Yeah.
it just looks a little weird.
It's almost, but I quite like it. It's kind of simplicity. It's all right. It's, you know, with 2, but they're 2 biggies.
It was like the designers, you know. I don't remember who makes the Vulture. Is it Allied?
Falcon
No.
DeLacy in it. Yeah, no, Falcon
Yeah.
DeLacy, yeah.
It was almost as if they went, we need bigger guns,
Yeah.
and that's we need to throw more pew at them than they throw at us, and so that's how the ship was born. They didn't give a shit about the power consumption. They just wanted the biggest guns possible on a ship, and then launched it.
Have a look when you get there. If there is a good laser selection available there where you are, have a look perhaps also at beam lasers as opposed to, you know, burst lasers. It could be a power issue, you know. So I'm not saying necessarily that you want to do that. I tend to go myself for beams as opposed to burst.
I just did that because that was what was kind of suggested. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to end up getting my own style and
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
and altering stuff. I'll be trying a bunch of different stuff, I'm sure.
You fire grouped it, yeah. So you've got
My number one is
oh,
the laser. My number
yeah,
two is the kinetic.
exactly. Yeah, excellent.
And then I just keep an eye down on my target list when he shield drops, and I switch from primary fire to secondary fire.
Just do both. Just
Or
go,
I just do
go for
both, yeah.
both. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, the thing is that kinetic weapons take an awful lot less power than beams do. So once you've taken down his shields with your beams, you you know you're not really adding a great deal to it by just throwing in the kinetic weapons as well. It's what you can of course do is when you're starting to run out of charge, you know, when your weapons pips are, you know, right down to the bottom, you then stop firing your lasers but keep firing your multi-cannons, and you'll notice your power will still go up.
Interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just shooting for efficiency. Because the kinetic doesn't take down the shields as fast.
I just tend to introduce them once the shields are down, but I'll still, once the shields are down, I'll use both as opposed to just go from
Yeah.
one to the other. It's yeah.
Introduce kinetic into the mix. I do like how this thing maneuvers, though. I really like it.
Yeah, no, they're good fun, man. You really can throw them around. And then when you go to another ship, you know, go over. You know, a lot of people combat in a crate. You go from a a vulture to a crate, and suddenly it feels like you're driving a tank. It's just completely different vibe to it. You really notice it then.
Let's see. Beam. Got up to 3. Oh, yeah, it is class 3. So I have 3D, 3Cs. So 3Cs and 3Ds for beam lasers.
Make sure they're gimbaled, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a beam laser, and it is gimbaled. All right, what I'm going to do is we're going to buy and equip, and then I'm going to play with my shield stuff until I can get my power into the right place. And then the multi-cannon. I want... Let's see this. Cannon, fragment cannon, multi-cannon, plasma accelerators are kinetic. Huh.
Not for a small combat ship.
No, multi-cannon or just regular cannon would be better.
Multi-cannon.
Multi-cannon and
Yeah.
find the biggest gimbal that I can throw in this thing. Here it is, gimbaled. And equip, and I am just over power requirements, but that's fixable. Let's see, I'm at... Oh, I need to get rid of 1. equip. All right. Okay, so I now have a A-rated booster, an E-rated booster, and a D-rated booster, and I am 0.04 away from maxing out my power. I am good.
Okay.
We are golden. I managed to get that thing all the way skinned down. I think I have to set this, don't I? Fire groups. Oh no, fire groups are still the same. And they're both gimbaled. All right.
Gimbal, don't forget, of course, you got three types of weapons. You have obviously fixed, gimbaled, and turreted. Fixed are the most powerful. Gimbaled are in the middle, and then turreted are the least powerful.
But turreted supports multi-crew.
It does, although badly. It's not much fun.
I'm flying in a vulture. I'm not looking for multi-crew.
Yeah, no. Yeah, obviously it's really just for big ships, and it's really not even doing it, even being in a big ship using the turrets. It's really hard to hit anything. It's not much fun at all.
It was the Centitano? No. Cremata.
Cremata, yeah.
Scan detected.
Well, if you look on the map, you can see my icon.
Yep, I just saw where you were. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even look to see if I could turn those in. Dang it.
You won't be dying.
No. No, I'm not planning to
I didn't turn mine in either. I just docked at that station, but they found out obviously you had plenty of opportunity to change your lasers, so wasn't necessary. But...
Yeah, we'll knock out a couple more targets, and then I'll probably wrap this thing up for the night.
Sure. And what day are you planning on playing again? Is it
next time I'm streaming it will be next Tuesday.
Fine. Okay. Well, if you're going to be off stream and you let me know. Okay.
Yeah, I'll ping you. Depending on what's going on, I'll ping you and let you know what's. Sometimes I can only get on, and then suddenly I'm realizing, I can't stay on very long.
Yeah.
Where was that? There's only one hazardous zone in here, isn't it? All right, cool.
Yeah, I think so. There's a few high reses and some normal ones, but those are the ones with the cops, which in themselves are okay, and certainly on your own at the beginning, those are good ideas. Go to one where you get police, you get police assistance, but when you're in a wing like this, we can pick the targets.
Oh, I'm heading there, by the way, right now. So
yeah, I can see you.
You're off that way somewhere.
Yeah.
Off to my starboard and up.
Yep. Yeah, the thing was the space station that I had to go and visit was nearly 4,000 light seconds away. So even though you had to jump and go into another system, you got there quicker than I did.
Yep.
In the same system. Never mind.
Yeah, whatever. It's the way it drops in.
Nice, juicy, high-value targets. We want anacondas and we want further lances, please. Plenty of those. Some nice crates are good. Pythons are good. Any of those, those are bingo.
I'm just happy to finally be combating in my own ship with you.
Yeah, a bit different from the fighters. The fighters are all right, but they're made of paper, They're just, you can't do too much in them.
No. I mean, they're fun. They're nimble little things, and they're kind of fun. But this thing is just about as nimble as those little fighters are.
Oh, yeah.
If not a little bit more so. No, I'm really happy because I was going to go with the Chieftain, and I was like, you know what? I want to be different.
Sure. No, no, it's a you know it's a good introduction. In fact, you know, I would say to most people, you know, if you want to, your first serious combat ship should perhaps be a Vulture. You know,
Oh, it's a great little ship. And it's got decent view too, so
yeah, not bad. Yeah, yeah, you see plenty.
it popped out just before I did.
Oh, good, and we even instanced. That's good.
Scan detected.
Okay, so yep, Asp Explorer right ahead of me. Okay. Stop him. He's scanning me at them, or he was. So his weapons were pointed at me. So always a good idea to let them just move. They often come up and scan you, but so let them finish their scan before you open up on them. Otherwise, that for their main weapons are not pointing straight at you when you open fire on them.
Scan detected. Scan detected. Warning. Temperature critical. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Scan detected.
Wanted.
Oh man, you should see this. How close I just got to you on stream. Holy crap, that was hilarious.
Okay, Stephen Deary. There we go. Got him. Another one who loves his chaff. Obviously, chaff is the bane of gimbaled weapons. Is especially when you're fighting a big ship like an Anaconda or you know any of the large vessels. You want to get right up their exhaust pipes so they can chaff away and you're still hitting them, no problem. Even though your lasers are flying all over the place. They're so big, it doesn't make any difference. But little fighters like this, chaff can be, you know, can be a little bit of a. Just got to be a bit more patient. Get close.
Under attack.
There we go.
Strafing runs.
Yeah, a lot of jousting, they call it. You know, where you're just effectively flying at each other, then turn around and aim back and back past each other again. Boom, there we go. Right, now look here, look, I'll show you. Come here. Boom. There we go.
Accelerated shield regeneration.
Yeah, can you hear that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's me.
nice.
Not that you needed it particularly, but that would be me charging your, charging your shields. If you were low on shields, I can charge you back up. Okay, shield of justice. That's obviously going to be, these shields of justice are obviously local security, so they don't count. Let's have a look. They're clean. Another shield of justice. God, there's loads of them. Come on, give us some good targets, please. None of this nonsense.
I haven't even touched mining in this game yet.
People really like it. Me, I did it because I had to, just to unlock the engineers, and not my cup of tea. Okay, here we go. Thomas Thompson. Boom, 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 boom.
Temperature critical. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Decent targets yet at the moment. How far away from the actual? Only 13 kilometers. Let's fly over the other way a little bit. These are all fairly low value targets, even the ones that aren't the private cops as well. That's
Scan detected.
it has res. You would ignore these. Right, here we go. Boom. Won't kill him until I know you've got some.
I got him.
Yep, wicked. There you go.
Target destroyed.
Come on, this is a has-res, man. Give us some targets.
It has res
Yeah,
outside
it's not
the
very.
area a little bit further.
Yeah, nah, but all these hazards, they just spawn in, usually just pirates. It's all a bit artificial in that sense. And you do have it. You sometimes turn up at a site and it just doesn't seem to want to spawn, the good targets, and you can then leave, come back in, leave the instance, hyperspace away for a minute and turn around and come back into the same place, and bingo, here we go, here's a vulture. Right, let's see what this is. He's attacking something as well. Because I've got long range scanners, I can see a lot further than you. So you'll have to kind of just follow me out. But here we go. Nanja Esther, dangerous vulture. It'll be worth a pound or two. Oh, and what's that? Oh, is that a third lance? That's a further lance as well. That's just what the doctor ordered. There we go. Pucken, dangerous further lance. Yep, we'll have him. Right, you ready? We'll go for him
You got him
first.
targeted.
Okay, get ready.
Yep.
Give
Come on.
Target.
Nice.
Could have been over a million, but there we go. Right, here we go. This is a vulture just here.
Yep, I see him. Oh,
Yeah, I haven't.
I saw him.
Yep.
As I careened off of him slightly. Slight glancing
You
blow.
took away 10% of his shields. I don't think he was impressed. Right then. So you're trying to take off my shields now, are you? Yeah. Right then. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Yeah, of course. He has to go to chaff immediately. Bloody vultures. They always do. Down.
Come on, babe.
Target.
There we go.
Back to the type 7, but obviously it's not. Oh, nearly. Do you know what? It was so dark, I nearly flew straight into him.
Is he good or is he
No, he'll probably just be a miner. Yeah, you don't often get pirates in those big ships. I mean,
no,
check.
he's deadly clean. I just
Yeah,
checked.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a miner. Okay, got some activity over here. Yeah, group of 2, a cobra, and let's see what else there is. We do. Okay, we'll take out the eagle, but it's usually best to just take out the smaller target first. Okay. There you go, you got it targeted. Right then, so
Yeah, I got the eagle targeted.
1, boom, there we go.
And he goes red.
And now, obviously, the cobra is on our ass because he was his wingmate, so he's on me. There we go.
I got him tagged at least.
Yep.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Oh, nice. Got an Imperial Clipper here. That's a bit more like it. These are usually pretty good.
He's behind.
Yeah,
He's hiding behind
yeah,
that
he's behind the
asteroid.
Yeah. Okay, good. He's scanned. Right then. Yeah, it's very dark. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Go. Oh, we're such bullies. He's like, I only come for a day out. I've just come for a picnic.
I actually feel like I'm actually contributing more than I was in the small.
Scan detected.
Proper damage now. Yeah, yeah. Well, even unengineered large, large beams. Yeah, they pack some punch. Oh, look, right, there's a group of 3 behind us here. There we go.
Target destroyed.
Right. 1. Right, so there's him. I think there's a wing of 3. This will be interesting. Okay, and 3. Okay, we're going to start then. We'll go for the ASP Scout, which is Stig Driver. That's the one.
Yep, I got him targeted.
Okay. Yeah, I've got him targeted. Right, get ready. Right, the others are going to open up on us, so we need to make sure
Move
you're
fast.
Nice. Yeah, get up close to him. Get within a kilometre of him. So I know you.
I'm good now. I'm 3 out, but it's close.
Well, obviously your lasers only go to about 1.5 kilometres.
All right, I'm in.
Okay. Here we go. Your lasers have less range than your guns,
Under attack.
than your multi cannons. There we go. Right, so there's one. Okay, so the other one, the purple one. Okay, yeah, we'll go for him. That's the one, Anthony Jones. He's opening on you. Ooh,
I'm all right.
okay, I'll keep an eye on your shield because obviously the main target is going to be all over you. Oh no, he's on me. That's all right.
Flying between these asteroids. This guy opened up on me though.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll draw his attention away and
Critical. Under attack.
okay. Put your shield back up for you.
Thank you.
Really need to deal with the other guy. That's it. Yeah, this is it. We've split our strategy a little bit here, which was.
Well, this guy came right up on my front and opened fired on me, so I was like, well.
I did have a go at you. Yeah, it happens sometimes. He's on me and all. There we go. Boom, boom. Good. He's gone. H.
Target destroyed.
That's it.
All right, where's this other guy at? Oh, here
There
he
he
is.
There goes 500,000 for him.
Frameshift charge detected.
Oh, he wants the run. No, he doesn't. He's not getting away. There we go. Good.
And I got the money for him too, so
Good. Good. Good.
nice.
Yep. Okay, I come here and I will give you another boost.
Under attack.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, actually, I think I'm gonna go turn this stuff in, and then I'm gonna head off.
Okay, so up quite close to us here is Fullerton Ring.
Not the dumb, not.
If you have a look down on your list, about 42 light seconds away, Fullerton Ring.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fullerton Ring.
Cannot comply.
Oh, right. Mass locked. What do I mass lock with?
Asteroids, probably. You need to, get a little bit of distance, a couple of kilometers between you and the asteroids. You need to get above the ring slightly before you can jump.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hey, that was fun.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Yeah, I
you
actually
could,
felt like I was contributing this time instead of just kind of.
you were doing. I could see what damage you were doing. You were, and I can see your shots coming in. I love that you've got coloured lasers now because I can see. Often when
Yep.
you're playing with somebody, it's a small thing. It ain't a big deal, but you don't want to keep asking, did you get a shot in? Did you shoot him? Because I don't want to finish the guy off and then you not get any bounties. But if I can see your shots coming in, it's like, oh, that's cool. I don't need to keep asking that. I can see when you're getting him. It's kind of really handy. So it does have a real practical use.
Yeah, I can see myself doing a lot more combat.
When you got a little bit more engineering,
I got a lot of grinding
of
for
course,
engineering to do.
yeah, there's going to be plenty. It won't be, but yeah, when you got a little bit more engineering, the next, even kind of, to be honest, a bit more intense and kind of more fun are these combat zones. They're big battles. You've got
Yeah.
30 to 40 ships around you, all fighting each other. It's like it's like a scene from Star Wars. It really is.
If
And they
that
can be.
community thing is still going on next week, that might be fun.
It'll finish on Thursday, but there's always there's lots of combat zones around. The combat zones
Yeah.
are a fairly permanent feature, but
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going through my engineering run and work on that. Once I get this thing engineered up, whoo boy. And I'm already having a blast with this thing as it is, even with it out it being engineered.
yeah, no, they're good fun. Like I said, I think it's the first of your serious combat ships. You can combat in a Viper is fairly close, I would say, a Viper Mark III. And you can even, do pretty well in a Cobra. I quite like combating in a Cobra, but no, it's another level when you suddenly step in a Viper Vulture.
Yeah. And the fact that this thing can hang with the bigger or the medium ships as well kind of makes it a nice little...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it certainly can.
This thing can hang with any of them. And she's tanky. Like, I don't think, even when I was getting full attacked, I never dropped below 30% shields.
Oh, no, you were taking it, yeah.
And he was completely unloading on me.
There we go. Okay, so there's an extra 5 million approximately there just for that. A little bit of combat. There you go.
All right, let's see. Contacts. And it's turning it in the administrative?
Yep.
Or the combat bond?
No, the combat bonds. Combat bonds are for the combat zones that I was talking about. No, just administrative contacts, and then just down to
bounty vouchers.
Bounty vouchers, yeah.
The Riders of the Void was a 4 million credit contract.
Yeah, it's the one with obviously the main issuer of bounties here. The others are extras that the extras are the ones that I've picked up with. So we've got an extra million or so probably through my combat, my warrant.
I get redeem all bounty vouchers for 5 million credits.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly the same as me. Yeah, there you go.
It's all redeemed.
Okay,
with
cool.
no fines.
Yep, there you go. All right then, man. Okay, there you go. Excellent. There you go. You've got yourself a start of a good combat build now. Cool.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely like it.
Okay. Well, take care, and I'll see you soon then, man.
Yeah, we will. I will let you know what's kind of going on this week as I'm kind of going along and figuring out what's up.
Yep, no problem. I'll be around. Like I said, I work from home, so I'm usually pretty damn flexible anyway. So, yeah. Whatever you just let me know. Okay, no.
Sounds good.
Okay, man. Take care.
You too. Good night.
Okay. Ciao.
All right, guys. That's pretty much gonna wrap it for me tonight, man. Tonight was a lot of fun. I think we're gonna be good. I think this will be very, very good, I think. So, all right. I'll figure that out later. We'll have to do some other fun stuff with this. I'll be grinding more so we can get some more stuff unlocked. But I think for tonight, we're going to roll out. Thank you guys all for coming out. I highly appreciate it. I will be back on Sunday. Have a great week. Be safe out there, guys. Wear a mask. All that fun stuff. Wear a mask and wash your hands and just be safe. Get vaccinated if you're not. Do your part. Help other people. Catch you guys all later.